We good?
Oh.
Aha.
Oh. It's like it.
You good?
Yep, I'm good.
There's no chat box, annoyingly.
Here, I'll have chat pulled up so that way I can view it. It might be a few.
It's really annoying, and there isn't like an actual chat box on the thing that I'm looking at. But yeah. God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sorting it out. Anyways, I mean, if it isn't, it's not the end of the world because I can literally just have the. Oh, this is probably really really cursed what I've just done. But yeah, how are you, anyways, dude?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. We're just chilling. Hey, Braylon, how you doing, dude? Jen, it's good to have you here. If you're wondering why the stream is a little bit cursed at the moment, it's because it's the first time I've done OBS streaming on fucking thingy-majig, so it's a little bit cursed at the moment. Rest assured, we are gonna get that shit sorted. Right, there we go. I think I've worked out how to sort it. I just need 2 different Google tabs in the corners. It should be fine.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, how you guys doing? For some reason, my stream is at 360p, but then again, my second monitor's dog shit, so I guess there's that.
Oh, excuse me. Hold on, really quick before we start, I will be right back.
Oh yeah, I'll be using the toilet as well if that's what you're doing. Don't worry about it. But yeah, guys, Rift Reacts, I'm not too sure if it's going to be a thing or not, or if it's going to be like a separate channel. But for the time being, Rift Reacts is going to be YouTube streams. Please don't spoil anything. Me and Spider have not seen it. Well, I've not seen it. I could be wrong. Also, guys, hope you enjoyed the little overlay. And if you guys want me to do like YouTube streams where it's literally just me and Mob reacting to shit, feel free. This isn't any Sniper Wolf shit. We will actually have some pretty interesting points to talk about. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, let me know. I'd be more than happy to. I won't say any more. Yeah, no worries, dude. It's a weird list. I'm very curious. Because weird doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means out of order, I guess. But yeah, Christian, how you doing, buddy? Braylon, good to have you here, guys. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. It's always a pleasure having you here. We will be waiting for Mob. Oh, I was literally about to say we will wait for Mob to get back, then I will go for a piss, and then we will start the video.
Okay. Alright, cool.
But yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the list? Or like, what are your like pre-video predictions?
So
Spider.
I will say now I have watched this video. I've watched it.
Okay, well, don't spoil me. But he's an objective ranking. Okay.
All I'm gonna say, yeah, it's an objective ranking. So like any personal bias and any of that, you know, that's not really applicable.
Hey, so, Bodhi, it's good to have you here, buddy.
He only does.
I like your profile picture, by the way.
So he doesn't include like. So like he doesn't include like Infinite Warfare.
Favorite bit is how non-Treyarch and starts with Exo Zombies gameplay. It's not Exo Zombies gameplay at all. It's a Black Ops 3 custom map. By the looks of things, yeah.
I think it's the Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's the Back to the Future custom zombies map. Braylon, what platform are you on? I believe he's on PlayStation, but I could be wrong. Yeah. With that being said, though, guys, I'm just gonna nip to the toilet and then we will be ready to go. Be right back.
All right. I'll be here. I'll be here interacting with chat. Side W meets Shadows. Yeah, I've actually played the Back to the Future map. It's pretty good. I think I already know where ChaosExSilencers, my favorite map, is going to be. I don't remember where exactly he put every map. There is one map that I don't really agree with. Well, there's a few maps that I don't agree with their placements, but like objectively, I can understand. But yeah, if it was personal preference, I would have them either a lot higher or a lot lower. MobSpider is very quiet. All right, I'll let him know to. I'll try and see if he can turn me up. I don't think it's anything to do with my mic here. Let me see really quick. Output volume. Hold on. Is that better? Ugh. Just waiting for Rift.
Oh, it's because I fucking muted my mic, sorry. Oh. Yeah, sorry, my mic was muted and I completely forgot. Yeah, that's why you couldn't hear me, guys. Yeah, so Mob's done something with his audio, and I've also increased the audio of Mob as well as everything else.
Yeah, I just turned my output volume up to 150, so I don't know if that's... Mob as well as everything just doing on audio. I don't know if that made it any better or any worse.
Yeah, I think Mob is probably going to be quieter than me, but then again, I have increased my mic volume. So, with that being said, though, guys, if you are ready, this is an hour-long video. However, because we're going to be commentating as well, it's going to be way longer than that. So, get your drinks, your snacks.
This isn't a fucking SS Sniper Wolf kind
of it's not Sniper Wolf where we're like, oh my god, look at the building, the gun.
Chat, is this real?
Chat, is this real? Margarita, is this going real?
This is more of a moist critical kind of react.
Now then, if you guys dim the lights, the adverts are out of the way, probably.
My lights are already off in my room.
My lights are on because otherwise you won't be able to see my fucking face. Let us begin.
I just have the natural
sunlight. Today we are going to be ranking every single Call
of
Duty Treyarch
video. What the
Zombies map.
You can't hear the video. Fuck's sakes.
I don't know why.
Why can't you hear? Oh, it's because... Oh, I think I know why. Wait a sec. Wait, I've shared the video, haven't I? I've shared the stream.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I can't hear it through the thing. So you sound like Brian doing
the Arnold Schwarzenegger
British version of the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Listen to me. Listen. Got to get out of here. Yeah. That's like my Irish Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Wait, can you not hear it, Spider?
Oh, no, I can hear you.
No, can you hear the video?
Oh, the video I have...
or the stream, rather.
Looking into it again.
It could be the stream you've got muted. I don't know. Maybe... Fucking hell, there's 10 people in here? What the fuck?
No, it's full... No, it's at full volume, it says.
Alright, we'll give it another try, see if you can hear it.
From worst to best. I would do
No, I still can't hear it.
Why can't you hear it? Let me try again.
You don't have the video muted, do you?
No, because I can hear it.
Fuck.
Let me just try again. Bloop.
Okay. Oh boy.
Also share audio for the tab. Okay, so the stream now looks really odd, but it made it right. Okay, we'll try this. Okay, can you hear this?
Hey, howdy ho! It is your ho Tim
here.
Welcome back to another.
You can hear that.
Today we are going to be.
No idea why it wasn't working. Also, chat, it looks as though we're just gonna have to deal with this. Unless I can fucking go full screen. I don't think I can. I think it's just unless I can zoom it in, possibly. No, that looks shit.
Yeah, boy.
What do you guys think? Is that as good as it's getting, or?
Be ranking every single Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies map from worst to best. I would do non-Treyarch if I play it enough. Unfortunately, I have not. Therefore,
that pack camo looks really good.
It does look really good, the camo. Also, I appreciate him saying that. Him saying that he's not doing the non-Treyarchs because he hasn't played them enough. Because honestly, that's literally me in a nutshell.
Yeah. that Pack-a-Punch camo looks like a cross between like one of the Revelations one, and then there was that one free multiplayer camo that you got for like the 200 specialist kills.
Agreed.
I don't remember what it was called, like Underworld, I think, or something like that.
So it's like, for those people where they're like, oh, I'm unsubscribing to you, you don't do the non-Treyarchs, it's like, alright, I don't hear you chatting shit about Timothy Hansen. Yeah. My man has 1.17 million subs. Anyway, let's try and get into the video.
I have a valid opinion. Now, of course, I've done this several times throughout the years.
He has done this quite a few times.
Cold War has since released, thus it will be included. I'm also taking an entirely different approach.
So it's up to Cold War. It will be. He's not including Vanguard.
Ongoing ranking series.
He didn't
whatever ideas
Vanguard.
you have for me in the comments below.
I'm curious as to what weapon he's using.
Wonder weapons, etc. This was an absolute behemoth of a task. There are so many maps. They're so different, and my opinion is constantly changing. Where do you even begin with something like this?
True.
With a tier list. It's much easier to categorize.
I'll tell you exactly where you begin. Bus Depot Survival and Farm at the very fucking bottom. That is where you begin every fucking time. No exceptions. Oh, he's using the Hades.
Don't count those, then it's Nocturne and Tone.
I thought he was using the Hades.
Maps and
I wasn't sure.
Break down the specific order from that point. So, if you would like to see exactly how I made this list, the behind the scenes, if you will, check out the link in the description. Go over to the second channel, Tim Talks, and watch.
We're not going to be watching that.
The tier list. I shall spare you the 10-minute drawn-out preface of how this all works.
Also, guys, if we get to the end of the video and there's like, I doubt very much this will happen because like we're literally like 10 minutes into the stream, we haven't even gotten to the worst map yet. But say for example, we finished the video like pretty early. There is another video I can watch, which is like some dude ranking all of the COD Zombies games from worst to best. I believe it's Greg FPS, so we can watch that if like we have time. But
and just explain it as I go. So sit back, get comfortable, grab your
heard the man.
Snack of choice,
let's get comfy.
And as the infamous Lil Pump once said, esket spaghetti. Starting at the very bottom.
I'm fairly certain the escargot is a weapon in BO4, isn't it? It's like a pistol or something.
No, it's called the escargot in that game.
Oh, well, close enough.
Category of map are what I consider to be confined survival maps that, while aren't necessarily poorly designed, have so little to offer that every expansive, even if poorly designed map surpasses. They're the worst maps by default due to insufficient resources. These maps are unreasonably challenging. They push you to the absolute brink. The only reason you'd ever play them is to see how far you can get with next to nothing. So these are going to be pretty quick. Number 36, the worst map ever by default. Again, it did not stand a chance to begin with. It is Bus Depot, the worst.
There it is. Bus Depot Survival.
Yeah.
For OB old Ben Kenobi if he appears. The worst map, Bus Depot.
Bus Depot to me is literally just Nocturne and Totem, but without the nostalgia.
Yeah. Also, it's interesting how he's doing this video, because by the looks of things, he's ranking them from, like, worst to best, but also it looks as though he's, like, categorizing them in their own, like, tiers. Which I think is quite interesting. I don't think I've seen a ranking video do that before. So I am interested to see where it goes. Also, can we just point out the fact this motherfucker managed to get the Mark II on Bus Depot Survival? Like, when the fuck have you ever seen that happen?
So the thing I'm going to say about this, I know I mentioned it, but there's going to be like a lot of maps that are ranked like lower or higher, but like I said, they're based purely on objectivity. They're not based on like personal preference or anything.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a few where like I don't agree with their placement, but like considering like objectively, yeah, I can see why they're there.
I'm going to take a guess that he doesn't keep by that logic. I feel like halfway through, we're going to get some personal opinions. Alright, I'm curious as to what he has to say about Die Rise then, because Die Rise is like his least favorite map.
Of the worst designed map ever, Transit. There is absolutely nothing on this map other than a ray gun. Enough said. Just a smidge above that.
I'll have you know there is nothing on that map aside from the ray gun and the ray gun Mark II, Timothy Hansen. Watch your own gameplay.
number 35, we have Nocturne Toten.
Nacht, really?
I mean, like I said, like, since this is objective, I can see why it's so low.
Nacht,
like I said, he's
below Farm, though.
I don't know. I feel like the difference is Farm has like the perks and stuff, whereas Nocturne and Toten, you literally get nothing.
We should also go over what you feel about the maps. I mean, I'm gonna be giving like my takes like midway through. Farm above Nacht is an L. I agree. Because, like, at the very least, like, Nacht, I don't like. But at the very least, like, the atmosphere has... I'm assuming he's talking about the original versions, and if that's the case, then, like, the atmosphere on Nacht is, like, still S tier. But, like, Farm doesn't have much going for it. Plus, as well, like, if you use the Flamethrower, Nacht is better for high rounds. So, I don't agree with this.
Yes, the classic, iconic, nostalgic Nocturne Toten. There are multiple
like,
versions.
Chat, look at the gameplay right now. This came out like 3 years before Farm, and it looks light years better.
Let me just say before we continue on with this, only focusing on the original. Let me repeat that.
Like, the original
For all maps,
still
this
slaps.
is also applicable to going forward. We are
To an
only
extent.
focusing on the original version. The remasters are a...
Like, guys, I think that the World at War version, I don't think it's as bad as the Black Ops 1 version, although I do prefer the Chronicles version. So, I don't really know. But, like, even the World at War version, like, I'd take it over Bust Evo.
Bonus, but it's not what
Farm,
we're
sorry.
focusing on.
Well,
to
both of them.
clarify, a remaster is a copy and paste within a new engine. The BO1
Farm is my
and
least
Zombies
favorite
Chronicles remasters of Nocturne Toten won't be considered.
understand
On the
that.
other hand, Cold War's D Machine is what I would consider a reimagined version of Nocturne Toten, taking inspiration from the original, but ultimately becoming its own unique identity.
True. Like, Nocturne Toten is, like, a small, insignificant part of D Machine. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
You will see that later on in the list. It's its own map, but a remaster is not. Also, this list is pure objectivity. Any personal bias whatsoever I have for any map will be completely disregarded. There will be no nostalgia bonus. There will be no preferential treatment.
There will be no nostalgia bonus. Where the fuck is Kino gonna be?
Oh, who knows?
Of any
time
map,
will tell.
we are purely analyzing the value of the original form of these maps. And Nocturne Toten, despite being the very first, despite being the foundation of the mode and deserving slack for such, is barren. There is absolutely nothing, of course, other than a ray gun.
Yeah.
It does surpass Bus Depot because there's at least an ounce of significance in the story, but as far as the gameplay is concerned, there just isn't enough. You play it for that bone-chilling, challenging nostalgia boner, but beyond that, compared to
Farm is harder than Nacht. Like, this specific version of Nacht. Like, the zombies are glitchy as fuck. The flamethrower might as well be the fucking paralyzer. Like, it kills fucking forever, but... No, not the paralyzer. It may as well be the jet gun. Like, it kills extremely slowly, but it'll kill forever. Like, good luck getting past, like... I mean, Farm, it's literally impossible to get to round 100, so... No, I disagree with that.
Every other map ever with bare minimum resources, there just isn't a legitimate enough reason to play. Sadly, number 34.
I'd agree.
Farm.
Okay, well, here's
Places above
Farm.
The other
Fair
two
dues.
simply with
At the very
addition
least, they're in the
of
same category.
perks. Otherwise,
Can I just
more
say
the same.
Farm
And number
has to
33
be the ugliest map.
Wait, let's go back.
Farm
Wait,
has
let's
to
go.
be-
When he said he was going through them quick, he was not fucking kidding. He spent literally 15 seconds on Farm, and honestly, I can
Honestly,
say
that's 15 more seconds than it deserves.
Yeah, that's about the same amount of time you'll spend. Hey, Pona, it's good to have you here, buddy. I apologize for pronouncing
But
your
yeah,
name wrong.
Farm has to be the ugliest looking map, just with the fog.
Like,
I
chat,
feel like
look
without
at
the
this
fog,
shit.
It plays
Like, you can barely see,
gross.
like, 10 feet in front of your fucking face. How the fuck is this better than Nacht? Like, chat, let me just... Look at this. Wait, hold on.
There just
That's Nocturne Toten right there. And...
play. Sadly, number 34.
That is far. Fucking hell. The contrast is beautiful.
Me and my friends were talking about Farm the one time, and and like we were playing it the one time, and I said that I wonder if like for a color palette for this map, they're like, okay, we need like a color palette. What should we do? And as they were discussing that, one of the employees was taking a shit, looked down in the toilet, and is like, I got it.
I got it. Yeah. Interestingly enough,
That's
chat,
it.
I've actually got a really interesting question. Which of you played more, Farm or Bus Depot? I honestly don't think you know. Like, I feel like you've either played them
haven't
both
touched either of
so
them.
much because you love BO2, or you've not played them enough. Like, what have you played more?
I feel like if you ask that question, what have you played more, Farm or Bus Depot? The correct answer is
Is
Town
neither.
Survival.
Yeah, the correct answer is neither. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
Town Survival all the way.
I honestly cannot remember the same time I cannot remember the last time I played this map, like straight up.
Me neither.
Like it's rough. Like I think I've played
It had
like
to have been years ago.
like if you add up all of the hours played on Bus Depot and Farm, times it by 10, you still wouldn't have half the time that I've played on Town Survival. Like it's ridiculous. Like, it's honestly insane. Also, I am slightly triggered because I saw what was next. Fucking Verrucht. I know it's OG Verrucht, but I still like it.
3, you may be sadly surprised to hear, is Verrucht. It
See,
does
like,
have-
again, look at the outside portion of OG Verrucht. Even though it's, like, foggy and shit,
Yeah.
it still looks so much better than, like, Farm and
Yeah.
Transit and stuff. Oh god, he said Transit's better than Verrucht. Oh.
Well, like I said, he's going through objectivity, so like
I guess.
so like Transit is like by default better because like it has like more tools for you like, you know, it has like the pack-a-punch and shit.
Verrucht is upper mid tier for me. I'd say it's like a bit. If we're factoring in Chronicles, which is my favorite version of it, it would be like high B tier.
perks and it added traps, but unfortunately it still does not have Pack-a-Punch or a high-end wonder weapon beyond the ray gun, or ideal spacing for that matter. There really isn't a place to be. There's nowhere to train, you're constantly looping the map, slowly chipping away at it all. It's very overwhelming, very suffocating. This map to me is Tag der Toten's slightly more capable older brother. It's just not very different though.
Honestly, okay, I actually can agree with his points. Like OG Verrucht is a bit lackluster, but
Yeah.
although if Verrucht
Yeah.
came out after Nacht, wouldn't it be its younger brother?
I think he meant to say younger, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be younger
That was
brother,
just
wouldn't it?
a
'Cause it's
misspeak,
but
yeah.
I understand what
Yeah,
he
I think
means
that was
though.
just a misspeak, yeah.
Now we're going to talk about actively bad
Oh,
maps.
okay. So those were the only maps that were in like bottom tier, if you like.
Yeah.
Was there any maps that I think was missing? I'm surprised Nuketown wasn't there. Not because I dislike it, but because I know a lot of other people dislike it. Other than that, though, I suppose if you're being objective, that's a pretty good bottom 5.
Yeah. Or wasn't it bottom 4?
Yes,
'Cause it
bottom
was-
yeah, bottom 4, sorry.
Yeah, it was Bus Depot, yeah.
More bad than good. Their
So I'm gonna-
aspiration
So hold
gave
on,
them
I want to
great
predict.
potential.
I want to predict what's going to be on this tier. So Transit for sure is going to be on
Transit.
there.
Because I remember, okay, so if
I know-
Transit's going to
I
be
know-
there, probably Die Rise. Maybe some BO4 maps.
I was going to say honestly, I would think maybe Dead of the Night because that is definitely my least favorite BO4 map.
Yeah, because I'm trying
Voyage
to think of...
Despair might be on here too.
Yeah, Voyage of Despair. Maybe Shino Numa. And maybe, like, Firebase Z, either in this tier or the next one. Because I know a lot of people think
I don't know.
Firebase Z is, like, the second coming of Satan, rather.
Yeah, I don't
But
understand
due to
how
mechanical
Firebase Z
limitations
gets
and
so
poor
much hate.
execution
Sure.
became some of the worst designed maps ever. They have overwhelming issues.
L-Take, Dead of the Night is my boy. I don't like Dead of the Night.
They do surpass the
neither.
previous maps by
It's just
pure
too
virtue
fucking
of
much.
having bare essentials, not being starved of resources. They did try to be expansive and innovative, but ultimately failed miserably. But before we dive in, I should...
Fuck off.
Oh boy, Raycon earbuds.
Fuck off with your Raycon advert, you bitch. I'm using, like, fucking 2016 Apple earphones, and they work just fine.
I actually have
goes to
Raycons, they're pretty nice.
transit. Where do I even
Okay, well, here's
begin
transit.
with this? There are so
Why is the video at
many
360p all of a
problems
sudden?
with this map.
The fuck?
I'll try to keep it sweet and to
There
the
we go.
point. The main idea, of course, is a bus. that
Honestly, an accurate representation of transit. 360p zombies.
Yep.
due
Yep,
to
sounds
different
about right.
segments of a collectively large map. Unfortunately, though, it was too aspirational for its
When
own.
you look at transit, chat, are you one of those people who say transit is like underrated? Like, because you know when you see those polls where it's like underrated, overrated, properly rated shit. Like, what do you think?
Honestly, I think Transit, like I know, like, a lot of people have nostalgia for it, but the gameplay on it, like, I played it with my brother, like, about, like, a month ago, and it is one of the most boring experiences I've...
Yeah.
It is, like, one of the most boring, most frustrating fucking maps I've ever
Transit's
played.
shit, I'd agree. Like, I think transit is, like, properly rated. Like, it's not good. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, nothing about transit is, like, legitimately good.
Yeah.
Good, and the BO2 engine held it back severely. Starting with the
I'd agree.
bus, in and of itself, it's an unreliable death trap. You're often ditched and having to run throughout the map. But
True.
don't run too fast or the engine might crash because it can't handle it.
Really?
So, we're going to throw fog at...
When was the last time you crashed on transit?
No, so the reason... So that's, like, the reason they have, like, the fog and the denizens and stuff, to prevent it from crashing.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Because
but, like,
otherwise-
it's, like, the way he phrased it, it's like, you know, don't run too fast or else you'll crash. It's like, I'm just thinking, like, just from a general perspective, like, when was the last time you guys actually crashed or, like, lagged or anything on transit? For me, I don't think I've
And
ever,
like I said,
to be
yeah,
honest.
like I said, though, it's... Yeah, he kind of worded it weird. It's, like, yeah, he's talking about, like, the denizens and stuff that
you
were made
can't
to
see it
prevent
very
it from
well at all.
crashing.
We're going to throw some denizens at you to fuck your face, and we're going to pour some lava all over
Careful now, Timothy Hansen, it's a YouTube stream. We can't have language like that.
the ground so that you're constantly burning to death while you walk. Now that you've made this
Sure.
tortuous run, you've discovered that there's too much, mostly dead space, with parts sprinkled throughout as far apart as conceivably possible, so that building the wonder weapon is far more effort than it's actually worth, given it's a heaping pile of shit that inevitably explodes after about 10 seconds of usage. And when, not if,
Heaping
when
pile of
it
shit
explodes,
is way too nice for the jet gun.
Well, it's like objectively one of the best wonder weapons, but it's just not like it's
Calling
it
the jet gun
overheats
a
too
heaping
fast
pile of
and it
shit is
recharges
too
too
nice.
slow. And again, like honestly, can I just be honest? If the punishment for the jet gun breaking, if that was completely removed, no one would hate this wonder weapon. I think it's just, like, you have to be so careful using it, otherwise it breaks and you're up shit creek without a paddle.
you have to
Like,
go
if
back
it needed
each
to recharge,
respective
that's
part
one thing, but, like, it breaking is just such a fucking pain in
Great
the ass.
idea,
Like, they
terrible
couldn't have just
execution.
made it
I would
like
agree.
it needed a cooldown.
Because it's like no one gives the paralyzer any shit, and, like, you know.
Yeah. Paralyzer's just a better jet gun, basically.
I mean, statistically it's worse, but in practice it's
Well,
better.
yeah,
so
statistically it's worse, but in practice, yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pin that comment real quick. Give me a second. I can't do it though, because those fucking emotes are in the way. Those pain in the arse emotes. There we go. I can pin the comment now. There we go. Took a while, but we got there in the end, boys. Anyways.
I feel like
scattered
nowadays,
throughout
if they
the
made
map and
transit,
start
like if they did like a reimagined version, it would be so much better.
I would agree.
over. No thanks. I'd probably be just as well off.
See, like, one thing as well that I've noticed on transit that I don't think a lot of people talk about is, like, how inconsistent the map looks. Like, you have the outside
Yeah,
area,
like
which
that-
looks shit, and then you have the
Upgrading my
power
gun and
room
running
where it is
circles, that-
blindingly bright.
Yep.
Like,
And then
Wait,
you have
tell
town,
yourself.
which
So you grab
actually
the
looks
turbine,
somewhat
place it down at
decent.
power station, and make your way over to town.
See, this is... Hang on, let me just rewind. That right there is how you know Timothy Hansen, like... I feel like there's one thing that you guys have probably noticed, and that is these arguments that are outdated in, like, the YouTube community, because you don't have to put the turbine next to this door. You can place the turbine next to the AK-74U, and it will still activate the door, and you'll have, like, way more time to make it to town. See, like, that's one thing that I don't think people understand about Transit. And a lot of other maps. Like, when people say, like, oh, Mob and Origins are the only reasons to play BO2, it's like an outdated argument.
At power station,
Yeah.
and make your way over to town, only to realize that it didn't open up
Well, yeah, it didn't open the door because you didn't do it right, fuck knuckle.
the door. So you go all the way back to Bus Depot, grab a new turbine, rinse and repeat an undisclosed amount of times until it decides that it randomly wants to work, and then you can build the Pack-a-Punch machine.
What do you think of this opinion? I think the Pack-a-Punch room on Transit is the best looking room in the entire map.
No, I mean, I feel like if they dim down the lights and the power,
Decides that it randomly
Like,
wants
just-
to work, and then you can build.
Like, looking at, like, this lighting, for example, I think this genuinely looks beautiful. Like, the lighting and everything just looks so good. But that's just me. You hate the Transit Pack-a-Punch process as well. I hate opening the Pack-a-Punch room, but I do really like building the Pack-a-Punch machine. I mean, it takes, like, 10 seconds every time, but, like, it's cool, at the very least.
The Pack-a-Punch machine. It's also atmospherically hideous, the characters are irritating, and I'm indifferent towards the Victus segment of this story. I understand that we all have lots of
Quite
fond
literally
memories
true.
moving on
Just
Transit,
every
but this, again,
aspect
is
is
an
just
objective
underwhelming.
Analysis. It
Yeah.
is the worst designed map ever. Perhaps if it were on next gen, it wouldn't be quite as limited. Several
True.
issues would disappear, but it is what it is.
Yep.
And that leads us into
Guys, what wonder weapon do you think would suit Transit? Like, aside from the jet gun. Like, if you got rid of the jet gun and, like, replaced it, what wonder weapon do you think would work for Transit?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think, like,
Hey, Trina with the lurk, thank you. Although you
I'm
did
trying to
2
think,
exclamation
like,
marks.
of like wonder weapons that like could be like made from parts like how the jet gun is. Maybe the Sliquifier?
Paralyzer flying over the lava. I mean, I think the Paralyzer suits Buried more, personally, but I guess something along
I think
those
the
lines, maybe.
Sliquifier would be a good idea. That way you can make like zombies slip into the lava and stuff.
True. That would be actually quite good.
I'd probably say Sliquifier. Yeah.
Alright.
the number 31, Die Rise, the first and
Oh, here we
Okay.
go.
only majorly vertically inclined map. Like Transit, had big dreams, but because it was on last gen, because of the poor execution, it ended up being a whole lot worse than it could have been. The threat of falling is equal to, if not greater than, the threat of the zombies themselves, which
Absolutely fucking not.
Skill issue.
Literally, there are like 5 areas at most where falling off the map is a legitimate danger to the player. Like, I'm sorry, if you die
I
to
mean-
fall damage on this map, it's just a skill issue. I hate to be that guy, but...
I mean, I feel like Die Rise is a map, like, I think it gets too much hate, but at the same time, like, I don't really like the map either. I just
as far
find the
as
map
I'm
boring.
concerned, takes away greatly from the fundamental core of the mode. I believe if you're worried more about misjumping or slipping, thus plummeting thousands of feet to your instant demise, wasting however much time you just poured into that game, than the zombies killing you, it's poorly designed.
Again, like, I've played Die Rise so many fucking times, and the zombies are always the things that kill me. Like, it's never fall damage. Literally never. The only time that I actually die to fall damage is when I intentionally dolphin dive off the tower to end the game. Like, other than that, though, like, no. Also, no one talks about this for Die Rise. The rooftop area looks genuinely beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
this is almost on the same level as Tag der Toten, but it was, like, fucking a generation behind. Like, granted, the insides of the towers do look shit. Like, I'm not gonna defend that.
The counter-argument I'm always hearing is get better at jumping. And while there is certainly some...
Yes, get better at jumping. You literally just made the jump in your own clip, you fool.
...validity to that, I believe the consequence is too great. At least on train...
The fuck do you mean the consequences are too great? If you jump off a skyscraper in real life, what do you think's gonna happen?
Boing! Like a goddamn pogo stick.
Of course you're gonna die if you fall off a skyscraper, you fuck.
I do think die rise is a little bit low, but like at the same time, like I'm not really a huge fan of this map. It's just not really my thing.
The thing that bothers me about this is because, like, he's just using outdated arguments. Like, oh, like, I can predict right now what we're gonna see. Like, we've seen the fall damage, we've seen the thing. The argument that we're gonna see now is the Slickerfire's good, but it fucks you over when you use it. Like, I'm gonna guess that's what we're gonna see. Because, like...
Yeah.
Transit, if you miss jump and land in a pit of lava, your game isn't instantly over. I somewhat respect Die Rise for taking a big swing, being risky, but the verticality breaks the entirety of the map. There are lots of subsequent issues that stem from the verticality, and this is confirmed.
I would rather have a map focused on verticality than a map like Voyage of Despair, where the map is literally a mile long.
Yeah. Just tunnels,
and you never know where the fuck you're going. Like, I would rather have a map like Die Rise rather than a map like Voyage of Despair. Also, what's he about to say? This was confirmed something? Let me just rewind a bit.
Entirety of the map. There are lots of subsequent issues that stem from the verticality, and this is confirmed by Treyarch teasing PhD Flopper, the one perk that would have been...
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's also an outdated argument. Die Rise teased PhD. The entire fucking game teased PhD. Like, Mob of the Dead teased PhD, yet you masturbate yourself to sleep over that map. Like, it was in Cell Block Grief, but not in Mob. But Buried, like, teased...
Masturbate yourself to sleep, that's a new one.
Like, Buried teased PhD in the form of a perma-perk that's easy to lose. And then they added PhD, not the machine, but the perk, on Origins, the map that needed it the least. Like, the entire fucking game, they teased PhD. How fucking dare you pin Die Rise for this?
Voyage as a certified
Didn't
maze.
Mob also
it's more
tease
of a
Mule
maze
Kick?
than
Yeah,
the fucking maze and Buried.
Yeah, Mob also teased Mule Kick, but, you know, it doesn't matter because it's Mob of the Dead. It's his favorite map of all time. So all of a sudden, criticism no longer matters when it's Tim's favorite map.
Perfect for this exact type of map. Not only are we aware of the...
Can I just point out as well, PhD would have literally broken Die Rise. Like, it would not have been...
you could have just flopped off... Yeah.
Like, he's acting as though it would have made Die Rise so much better. I think it would have made Die Rise worse, to be honest. There's only, like, aside from the elevator shaft, I think, like... I don't know. Like, for example, right, when you fall... You know, like, the elevator shaft in the spawn room, where you go in it and it takes you all the way down. Imagine if you dolphin dived off there. You survived the fall with PhD Flopper, but all of a sudden you were on top of a fucking elevator with no way to get down. Well, you've just soft-locked your game, fuck knuckle. Like, what now? Exactly. Fucking mind blown.
That's what I have to say to that.
We're gonna take away the one thing that could potentially neutralize it, you fucking nerd. I would say the one redeeming quality is the Slickerfier.
Oh god, here we go. The one redeeming quality is the Slickerfier, but...
Here it comes, everybody.
It's gonna fuck up his movement.
Prepare your anus hole.
Is inarguably the best wonder weapon of all time, pre-patched. Post-patched, arguably still is. It's super easy.
I mean, post-patched it doesn't matter because you can do the glitch, which removes the patch.
He's stirring it up. It's like, about to come up.
Like, shoot the sign 10 times. For some reason, it removes the patch. Fucking done deal. Who gives a fuck about the post-patch Slickerfier? You can literally remove the patch.
Yeah.
Easy to build, very fun to use. Unfortunately, though, it is a catalyst towards death. Do not use
There
this
it
near the
is.
ledges.
I
There it
fucking
is.
knew it. Like, we literally have the
There
Die
it
Rise bingo
fucking
card.
is.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you're looking at a weapon, right, which makes the floor slippery, and you think to train with it near a ledge, the joke is on you. My fucking camera fell down. Bear with me a second. I'm sorry, but if you have a wonder weapon that will make the floor slippery, and you think, I'm gonna use it near an edge, like, you're using it wrong. Like, it's a camping wonder weapon. It always has been.
Should have had a bingo card for the video.
I agree. Should have had a No, literally just for the Die Rise section, because it's the same shit arguments I hear all the time. Like, the thing that winds me up about Die Rise is that there are a load of bad things about the map. Like, the Easter egg making no sense. Like, the fact that there's so much wasted space in, like... There's literally, like, 3 whole floors on the second tower that have fuck all in them, aside from perks and war weapons. But no one talks about that. Likewise, there's a lot of good things about Die Rise no one talks about, like how the skybox is beautiful, and it was the first time that we had strong wall weapons in COD Zombies, which would become a reoccurring feature. No one talks about that. They just talk about the fall damage, the sliquifier, and occasionally the elevators being shit. That's it. That's all anyone ever talks about. It's terrible. I hate it.
Which is much easier said than done. The same shit that's helping you kill the zombies is
like it's literally to the point where I'm pleasantly surprised that ChaosExSilencer didn't mention any of those fucking things when he brought up Die Rise. Like, I mean, he literally said nothing, but like at the end of the day, it was new. Like, it was a new argument.
The only actual problem I have with Die Rise isn't really the map's fault, it's just the Who's Who perk sucks ass.
Still better than Tombstone, though.
Fair.
Not by much, but...
It is.
Okay, it would have been nice on Mob, because all the good guns are on that map, true. You should have had a bingo card for the video, true. Die Rise has one of the best skyboxes. Honestly, in Black Ops 2 specifically, I would agree. I mean, Transits isn't very good, and Buried literally doesn't have one. But, you know, other than that, I like Revelation Skybox more, for real. Revelation Skybox, probably the best one. Aside from Shadows, which has a big fucking Cthulhu monster in the sky.
really going to kill you.
Hang on. Sorry guys, I'm expecting a parcel, and I think I just heard the door. I could be wrong.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I literally fucking heard it wrong. It's just the next door neighbor.
Which is ironic.
Oh, okay.
And the best part of Die Rise is still...
Like, I'm sorry, look at this gameplay, right? I'm triggered, but like, look at this gameplay, right? You're using a weapon which causes a slip and slide. The entire fucking area has now become a death trap. Like, the zombies are dancing like they've had fucking 10 pints and a packet of crisps. They're all, like, fucking flailing all over the fucking place. If you can't work out that this is a camping wonder weapon...
Ironic. And the best part of Die Rise is...
It's like motherfuckers who don't camp with the ice staff and then complain that it's shit. It's like, you're using it wrong. Granted, the ice staff, you can train with it as well, but, like, fucking, the point still stands.
Problematic.
It's like camping with the jet gun and be like, "Ooh, this weapon's shit." It's like, yeah, no fucking shit.
So each time he does a category, I want to try and predict what maps are going to be in.
Okay, well, we know Alpha Omega is going to be there because I kind of fucking got to this. But so what maps were in his bad category? It was literally just Die Rise and Transit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
actively bad,
wait, what's the name of the category
Just
first?
above actively bad are Unmasters.
Oh, Unmasters.
Unmasters, okay, so Alpha Omega, probably Tag der Toten.
It's literally
definitely
just
Blood of the Dead, because I know he hates that map.
It's literally just gonna be... Well, hang on, though, it's objective, though, so it might not be. Although, let's be honest, though, if it's Unmasters, surely it's just gonna be the BO4 fucking Ether maps, right? Unless he includes D Machine, which I'll be very upset if he includes D Machine as well.
Personally, I think this is a hot take, but I actually prefer TOG and Classified over 5 and Call of the Dead.
Yep, true. I agree.
And honestly, another really hot take, I actually prefer Alpha Omega over regular Nuketown.
I could understand that, but like the two are like neck and neck for me.
Like to me, Alpha Omega is like I understand why people don't like it. I am aware it has problems, but to me, it's like my guilty pleasure map. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just like something about the map. Like
Alpha
I
Omega
can't
is
really
like that
pin what
one
it
map
is.
in BO4 where like if you don't give a fuck for whatever reason, just get a ballistic knife and just go to town.
Yep.
Tag's a beautiful looking
Yeah, I
map.
feel like
Yeah, for
everybody
real.
has like I
Tag's
feel like
beautiful.
everybody has like that one guilty pleasure map that like they like that everybody else seems to hate. Like for you, it's Dire Eyes. For me, it's Alpha. You know,
You
some
enjoy the
people
ray
like
guns
Dead
in
of
Alpha
the Night.
Omega. Fair play. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think that's why too. Like the ray guns are so easy to make, and like they're actually really powerful for how easy they are to make.
I can.
Like it's kind of crazy. They're
let's
like 2 steps to make.
What order do you think it's gonna be? I think personally, if it's objective, he's gonna say Alpha Omega, then Classified, then Tag, then Blood.
I think it would probably be Alpha, Blood, Tog, Classified.
You think Classified's
That's
the
what I would
best of the book? Because I know people hate Classified's Easter egg because it's like 9 hours long or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, but the map itself is good.
True.
Like, I don't think he's really counting the Easter eggs for this.
True.
I don't think.
Well,
He hasn't said
we'll see.
anything about Easter eggs yet.
Although, let's be honest, the survival maps don't have Easter eggs, and Dire Eyes and Transit have, like, literally some of the worst Easter eggs, so I'm not too surprised that he
Yeah.
hasn't talked about them yet. Funny how people always wanted akimbo ray guns, and Alpha was like, here you go. Yeah, and people still fucking complained. It just goes to show.
Yeah.
remasters that did the exact opposite. Now, to be clear, they're not direct remasters. As we talked about earlier, these are reimagined. They tried to positively expand on their predecessor, only to get worse in just about every regard. Not only are they bad,
Wow.
they're unoriginal. And let me just say, perhaps my biggest point of emphasis is originality, innovation. You can't be unoriginal and fail. If you have the answers to a test and still fail, that's pitiful, especially given the
True.
I mean, yeah. fair.
True. I wouldn't consider any of the BO4 maps to be like worse than the original in every way, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I thought
Next,
I thought the ray gun wonder weapons in Alpha Omega were all really cool. Like yeah, they were unoriginal as hell, but I thought they were all still really really cool and
True.
fun to use. So
predecessor. If you're a downgraded version of a map that already exists, there's no reason to play you. Fortunately for these maps, there's just enough
True.
of a trace of what made the predecessors good to be better than a Dire Eyes or a Transit, but they're still highly unflattering. Number 30, Alpha Omega, a remaster of a remaster
True.
of the most remastered map
True.
in COD
he does the
history. Not
fucking
very
the
original,
fucking number
highlighted by the
15
least-
guy.
Number 30.
The number 15.
Number 50. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Burger King foot lettuce, Alpha
For
Omega.
fuck's sakes. One thing that I will say though is that Alpha Omega, when you turn the power on, is like quite pretty. I don't think it's
Yeah,
like
it is.
I don't think it's like spectacular by any
It's
means.
it's not Tag der Toten levels, but
I don't even think it. Yeah, like in terms of the best looking maps in the game, I'd probably say like Tag 9, Ancient Evil, then in no particular order, obviously, because I'm probably and then probably Dead of the
Yeah.
Night. I do think Dead of the Night's pretty, but it's just
Dead of
doesn't
the
play
Night,
well.
yeah, the way it looks is the best thing about it,
True.
in my opinion.
Ventilation.
Dead
fix
of the
them.
Night is just such a fucking bad map, in my opinion.
Also, it's too
Yeah,
spooky for me.
I do agree.
Also,
I
it's,
do agree with the ventilation shit on Alpha Omega. Like that shit gets really annoying.
also, I just want to put. Wait, what the fuck?
What happened?
Oh, I just got a friend request on Instagram. Some dude who watches my videos. Cool.
Fuck. Fuck.
Are we good?
Oh, what? Oh, there we go.
Are we good?
I get fixed back.
Fuck
Yeah, there
sakes.
we go. It's good now. It's good now. We're back. Also, yeah, this fucking step where you gotta throw the Brave fires or grenades or whatever into the chimneys. I don't know if it's just me, but I fucking suck ass at that.
Yeah,
step.
true. I was not very good at it overall, to be fair. It's just not really my thing, but I guess it is what it is. It's a stream,
Yeah.
okay, guys. Everything's back. We can get to work again.
Most original wonder
disconnect.
weapon ever.
I don't know why it does that.
Sure, the bunker adds a new dynamic, but the spacing is dreadful. In and out of the bunker, it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, I'd
There's
agree.
nowhere to move around. And moreover, it's the little things. It's the novas that electrocute you constantly, the novas that contaminate the surrounding zombies and turn them into 7-Eleven crackheads sprinting at you full speed for a dime bag. And one of the most annoying
those
things
Nova
on
crawlers
any map
suck.
ever is the ventilation system on Alpha Omega.
Like this, I
You
totally
go to
agree with.
Pack-a-Punch,
Yeah, the
one of the lights
ventilation
is off.
shit is super
So,
annoying.
You gotta redo the valve. Only
Like,
we
I'll be
left-
honest, I've never pack-a-punched on Alpha Omega just because the ballistic knife strat exists. So, like,
Yeah,
but
Honestly,
I have heard
like,
people
by
complain
the
about
time-
it, though.
Like, by the time I need to do, by the time the Pack-a-Punch gets, shut down again, like, I usually have what I need Pack-a-Punched, so it's not, like, that big of a deal.
True.
To me, at least.
going now?
But,
No
yeah,
worries,
I
Trina, take care of
totally
yourself.
get why.
Take care, Trina. But yeah, we'll try to keep on going.
Is that they're all in consequence. So when one goes off, the next one does, and the next one, and before you know it, you have to sit there and can turn 7 valves, and there's a bunch of zombies fucking you in the butt while you're doing it. And this happens like
I
every.
don't know what BO4's obsession with zombies that buff stuff was about. True. Yeah, she had the chaos
fucking
ones.
water
and you had
catalyst, the fucking these fucking.
Although
poison guys.
to be quite honest though, I don't have. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. I don't think I have an issue with enemies that buff zombies. I think the problem with them is how often they spawn in. Like, I really like the Disciple in Cold War, but like I don't like these fuckers. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love the many different.
But
codes
yeah,
you can
Alpha
put in
Omega, like I think it has like some of the best like side Easter eggs. Like there's all the different codes. There's that one that gives you like the free self revive by like shooting off all the heads on the zombie or
Every
on
other
the
round,
mannequins and shit.
Yeah.
Swear,
I wouldn't
it's
consider
too
it bad
often,
by any
it's
means.
too annoying. I would rather just play basic ass Nuketown. Sure, there's not as much meat on the bone, I suppose, but I'll avoid the headache. The whole point was to expand with the story in BO4. Unfortunately, it was super anticlimactic, very low
Agreed.
quality. It has no personality and the gameplay sucks. It's a total snooze fest. Number 20.
See, the interesting... Okay, he's got blood now. See, the interesting thing about...
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Parcel. Yeah, the parcel's here. Won't be a moment.
Okay. No, you're good. Easter egg that turns the zombies into the mannequins. Yeah, there's that one. There's all the different codes you can put into Rushmore. There's the one that there's like that one jump scare one. There's the one where you need to get like the mannequin to follow you to the like shed in the back, and it gives you like a free self revive. Yeah. I don't know. I think Alpha Omega, like, it could have been a really good map. It just has like a few really big issues that kind of hold it back. Love the codes that make Rushmore compliment you. Yeah, that one, and then there's like the one where he like tells you a joke and stuff. Okay, that was quick. Goddamn.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say was, I just think it's a shame that people, like they tried, I can't fucking put into words. They tried developing the mode, but they used, like, the most reused multiplayer map ever. I think it's a shame.
9. Blood of the Dead.
Mob, are you still here, dude?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Alright.
Spoiler alert, Mob of the Dead, the original, is one of the greatest maps ever.
See, like, I think Blood
yeah.
is also quite beautiful, like, looking at this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You will find it much higher up on the list. Blood of the Dead does an excellent job at taking everything.
See, an interesting thing about this as well, which I don't really agree with his ranking now, is he's saying objectivity, but he's got, like, maps like Shino Numa above Blood.
Yeah. Yeah,
Plus
like
as well,
Shinonuma doesn't even have. Yeah, Shinonuma doesn't have Pack-a-Punch or anything like that.
see, the interesting thing as well is he's saying that, like, these quote-unquote unmasters are, like, worse than the original in every single way. But it's like, I would
they
not...
do things better.
Yeah, they do things better, yeah. Like, Alpha Omega's better for high rounds than Nuketown, it has an Easter egg. Same with this map, it has better high rounds and it has a boss fight. So yeah, I don't think... I think even by his own criteria, he's fucking things up. Kind of like Lex and Noah, where they kind of establish well, not necessarily Lex because his criteria was fucked from the start, but like kind of like Noah, where he just kind of he was all over the place.
That made Mob of the Dead so special, and either scrapping it entirely or replacing it with meaningless scrap. I understand that this is a result of the story taking such a major shift.
Yeah,
and for whatever it's worth, I think the story carries whatever...
The categories ruin the list, make it more of a discussion than a ranking. I mean, I don't hate the categories, I just think that, like, he could have made better ones.
Yeah.
Like, say, for example, like I don't hear anyone complaining about tier lists, but that's because they make sense, you know? Like...
Yeah.
Like, if someone made a tier list where they were like, okay, at the bottom we have okay, then good, then shit, then great, then perfect, then the worst. Like, it would make no sense. But, like, and it's kind of the same with this. Where Are We Going is better in BO4 than the original. I'd agree.
Value this map has. Premise works, but let's be honest, it was the original mobsters in the original prison with the original escape plan that made this map so special. The atmosphere, the vibes, can't compare. But the real tragedy here is the layout. The map design got worse in every way. They expanded the island and essentially divided it into two sections bridged together by a deathly catwalk. We spawned in Richtofen's lab.
Not entirely true, you can also teleport between the two sections. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like, I would agree with that if it wasn't for the teleporting.
yeah, I would agree with that statement if it wasn't fucking false. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah, like, if there wasn't a teleporting system and you needed to go through the catwalk each time, then yeah, I would agree that the layout is terrible, but, like,
Well, I
because
mean,
of the teleporting system, or, like, it's definitely not the best layout, but it's definitely better than people say it is.
See, like, when people criticize Blood's layout, I don't understand it, because, like, yeah, the new areas do suck, but I think the actual, Richtofen's lab, like, that sort of, like, island portion, I actually think is pretty good. And also you have, like, the prison, like, which takes up a generous layout of the map. It takes up a generous portion, so, like, when people say, like, Blood's layout is crap, yet Mob's is S tier, it's like, well, Mob's layout is, like, probably, like, 60% of Blood.
Yeah, it's, like, part of...
Yeah. Like, yeah, they took out
it,
some of the best parts of Mob's layout, like the Golden Gate Bridge, but a lot of it was still there. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a bit... What?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, I need to sort that. No. Oh, thank you. Is it right? Thank you. Oh, it's cold.
Catwalk is only a problem the first time you enter that. After that, it's fine. You have people cry about so
Yeah,
much.
I did. But
Honestly,
there's
like,
no
if you
updates that
like
address
if you just if you just go through it slowly, it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you just have the strife and you just knife all the zombies, like, it's not that big of a deal at all.
True.
Catwalk is easy, just get good. Yeah, exactly.
What I mean is it should have either been categories or a ranking, not both in one. I mean, I don't have an issue with it, but I just think the categories don't make much sense. The catwalk is only a problem the first time you enter it. Yeah, true. Just use the specialist weapon. That's all you gotta do.
Or just use the strife knife.
That as well.
Lab within the first section. Don't worry about returning. There's
Or you can
literally
just use the Path of Sorrows and blaze your way through it.
Yeah.
reason to.
Like, have you noticed, guys, something that's quite interesting? Why is Blaze Phase why does it even exist when the Katana exists? Like, the Katana is just Blaze Phase, but better. Like...
Yep.
I know you're used to feeding the hounds, but don't worry about it. Getting the Hell's Retriever is pointless. Wraithfires are better. That's right. Afterlife is gone. One of the most innovative, dynamic elements the mode has ever seen is now replaced with this power switch.
Beast mode is better than Afterlife.
But there's another one, so keep going. Do not
Fair
open
enough,
this gate unless you are armed to the teeth. You will die. All right, now we're back at Mob of the Dead, the only part of the island that matters. I know you're used to grabbing parts to build a plane, to make your way to the Golden Gate Bridge to pack a punch, but don't worry about any of that. We got rid of all of that so that you can...
If I'm honest, building the plane is the most annoying aspect of Mob, so I'm actually quite happy they got rid of it. Granted, the replacement wasn't very good, but I'm happy that they got rid of that.
Focus on
like I
grabbing the
feel
shield
like for the plane thing, it would have been so much better if it wasn't for the part system where you need to pick up one part at a time, put it on the thing, go back, grab the next part, and then just keep doing that over and over again. Like if it was like BO3 where like you could just pick up all the parts and build it all at once,
there would be no issues.
It would just be so much better. Yeah.
I hate having to get the fuel every single time. Agreed.
Parts and then tediously absorbing soul after soul so that you can then activate a moving pack-a-punch machine. Oh, look, we opened up the warden's house.
See, like, when people say... See, like, I got a lot of hate on the Shadows of Evil versus Mob of the Dead short that I did ages ago. You guys might remember it. But, like, one issue that I could never get over was when people said Mob's pack-punch process is better than Shadows. And I don't understand, because, like, Shadows, you only have to do it once, and it's fun every single time. But, like, Mobs, you have to do it so often, and it's, like, the same shit over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I agree with his pack-a-punch thing, like, here where it, like, moves and, like, there's no way to tell where it is. I feel like if they put some, like, how Der Eisendrache did, where it tells you where it is, it would be so much better. But yeah, like,
the Dead with the lighthouse.
Like, off the top of my head, I only know the pack-a-punch spawn on the roof. Like, I don't remember where the other two are on the top of my head. I end up coming across them by accident.
Sure.
How interesting. It adds nothing. I see you found the second power switch. Are you
fucking hell, this place is like epilepsy inducing.
The golden spore,
that one room.
Gamer. Don't worry about grabbing any of that cool stuff. There's no point. Worry about grabbing the magma gat, which is admittedly really cool, but at this point, I think I'd rather play Mob of the Dead. I have dubbed the next category.
See, like, again, Blood does have some things better than Mob, like better high rounds, and it also has a boss fight, so like... And in my opinion, it has a better crew, because I prefer the Primus to the mobsters. So, like, I don't agree with his criteria, but...
Story of maps. Minimal fun. They're a lot like...
Wait, hang on. He said...
Minimal fun.
Wait, hang on. So, in his criteria, he thinks Tag der Toten and Classified are better than Call the Dead and Five in every way. Because, like, he didn't put it in that category.
No, he hasn't put Call of the Dead and 5 in yet. So, minimal fun.
Well, no, but, no. What I mean by that is, the category that we just did was the Unmasters, where he said that they were worse in, like, every single aspect. So, by that logic, he thinks that Tag der Toten and Classified aren't worse in every aspect, which I do agree with, but, like, I don't understand why Blood and Alpha weren't also included in that, but whatever.
Okay, so minimal fun. I mean, Nuketown's kind of a given.
Typical statement made by a massive zombies YouTuber cliche. The criteria makes no fucking sense halfway through the video.
So let's see, minimal fun.
They're small,
so
Nuketown maps, but
hang on.
Nuketown, Town Survival, Shinonuma, I feel like is going to be on this.
Can I just point out as well, it's an objective tier list, yet one of the criterias is fun, which is quite literally subjective.
Yeah. Like, I think Alpha Omega is a really fun map, but...
I think Die Rise can be a fun map, yeah. Yet Die Rise is in bottom tier, apparently. No, not bottom tier, it's in second to last tier.
Case provide a little bit more meat on the bone, therefore giving you a reasonable fight. These are
Can I just point out how beautiful the hammer looks with the ACOG sight? I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
But... Also, BO2's camo actually has, like, blue and yellow. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Actually fine. They're actually
after we do this, I'm probably going to stream on Twitch.
Yeah, go for it.
It's off the entire time. Number 28, Nuketown. That's right, the most iconic multiplayer map ever. As far as translating to zombies, could have been worse, could have been better. It's not that deep, though. It doesn't
I don't have
take
an
itself
issue with
too
Nuketown being this
serious.
low,
I
I
mean,
just think the
distinction
categories don't
separating
make
it from
much
the
sense.
starved maps is, of course,
Personally,
Pack-a-Punch.
I
You
wouldn't.
also
I
have
wouldn't
perks.
put it
Unfortunately,
above
those randomly
alpha.
spawn in every 5.
See, like, again, for me, they're, like, side by side. But I do think they're a bit low, I would say. Like, I would play both of those maps over Shinonuma. I'd play both of
Like
those
Alpha
maps
Omega,
over, like...
there was a point in time where it was my top, like in my top 10. I don't agree with that anymore. I would at least have it in my top 20, maybe 15. But yeah, it would definitely be within my top 20.
The one thing
Even
that makes it unique,
including
also
non-Treyarch
arguably
maps.
it's downfall falling perks. See, like, I think the falling perks is good. I just think that Jug should not be the last perk that falls. That's it. I think if Jug was like always like the second perk you get, no one would care.
Yeah, like round 10 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Likewise, I think that if they added more perks, like say for example they added Mule Kick and Stamina Up, no one would care. Everyone would love it. I think it's just the fact that it's random. You know, people hate.
5 rounds or so.
Yeah.
You don't know when you're getting Jug. It can be very challenging, but a fun challenge nonetheless. Just
Yeah, I'd agree with
above
that. It is a fun
at number
challenge.
27, we have Town. Basically, Nuketown.
Okay,
level
I
in
was,
first spawn. I love
pretty
Town
spot
because
on with
it
Nuketown and
compresses
Town.
transit into its strongest
See,
segment.
again, I think Nuketown is like objectively better than Town, but
Yeah.
I like the fact that Town is. Wait, Town number 27. Holy shit, that's low. I just realized.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's he gonna say?
Cutting out all the bullshit and getting straight to the fun. I would not, at all, be surprised if I have played more Town than any other BO2 map. And I'm sure a lot of you...
Facts.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
straight up.
He has definitely played more than Town.
y'all can actually
Yeah.
relate because, after all, it is hands down the most tolerable of this collectively disastrous launch. It is
I mean, yeah.
True. I wouldn't consider Town a disaster, though.
too basic to justify placing much higher than this, although it is about as good as these basic survival maps get. Right above
He says that, but Kino's gonna be in, like, the top 15 or some shit.
that,
Yeah.
sitting
When
on
Town-
Wow, 5?
really at number
Oh shit, I accidentally broke the thing. When literally Town and... See, Town and 5 being back-to-back, I actually do respect in a way. But at the same time, it's like, eh.
Well, you gotta
26,
remember,
we
he put 5 behind Tag. Or, not Tag, Kino. Which, I mean, I agree with. I think Kino... Like, I like Kino more than I like 5, but, I mean, still.
I mean, I think I hate Kino too much. But again, I'm curious as to where Kino is gonna be. Like, if I just like, I'm not gonna look at like what number it is. I'm just gonna see if I can find a Kino. Fucking hell, where is it?
Oh my
See, like,
god. There it is.
see, Kino isn't until like the 40-minute mark. So like, that is a
Yeah.
massive
Damn.
gap for 2 maps that are like almost the same.
Yeah.
have the Pentagon. 5.
Which again is another reason why YouTubers with millions of subscribers have fuck all criteria.
Who said that?
Sort of fits into this category, sort of doesn't. On one hand, it is a basic survival map, especially relative to its BO1 peers. On the other hand, it is a clear notch above the previously mentioned maps. It separates itself not only with this
Is 5 better than the BO4 maps? That he's
I don't know.
mentioned, anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe.
spectacular cast of politicians and greater contribution to the overall story, but more complete gameplay. There is Pack-a-Punch. There are traps, albeit in terrible locations, and
There is no trap. The only trap on this map is a buildable one. Like, there is no
Yeah.
other traps. You lying sack of shit.
is an additional
Yeah.
wonder weapon, albeit the Winter's Howl. And I, for one,
True.
despite popular opinion, really enjoy the Pentagon.
Hey, he's using the MPL. What I say is the best SMG in the game. It's not saying much because literally all the SMGs
Personally-
are crap, but still.
Personally, I do not like the Pentagon Thief at all.
I love how he's
I think
like
he's
proper
like probably
zoomed
the
in.
most overrated boss.
Hey, chat, look at this. This is the to be continued meme right here. Yeah, pretty much. Like, as soon as you, like, when you see this on your screen, you know you're screwed. Especially if the MPL is your weapon.
If there is not a
Oh,
challenge,
whoop-de-doo. He's got his gun stolen.
him out
Totally
there,
didn't see that coming.
unique, and I appreciate
Wait, what
that.
the wait, hang on. He had the... Wait, his spare weapon was the Mustang and Sally, yet he was using the MPL to kill him?
Well, yeah, in case if he got to him that way, you know, he wouldn't steal the fucking Mustang and Sally's.
I mean, true, but, like, the Mustang and Sally's delete him. I guess.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Well, that would be
That
the tactic I would use. Just have my weaker gun out. To
MPL
for
round
him to
11.
steal that,
Yeah,
and then-
true.
Obviously can take your loadout, can be very frustrating, but if you manage to put him down within a timely manner, not only do you get your loadout back with a max ammo, you also get
Oh,
one of
he
the rarest
he
drops
only just made that. Oh, jeez. That was
Yeah, wow.
close.
ever. What really holds 5 back is the poor spacing. It's a lot like Verrucht, where you have traps, you have a semi-decent...
I don't think it's as bad as Verrucht. I think Verrucht is a bit more claustrophobic than this. See, like, as well, like, do you remember the Black Ops 3 custom map that we do of 5? Like, I think if that proved anything, it's that literally stamina up fixes everything. But,
Training
what
spot,
it
not
is.
really... You could technically make this work, but it is...
and also
an
better
uphill
wonder weapons.
battle. So while 5 is conceptually superb, it is very suffocating.
True.
I like to call these next couple of maps...
Whoa, Forsaken this low.
Yeah, what?
Whoa, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Hold on, hold on. What is this?
Yeah,
tier?
what's the criteria first?
recycled and...
Recycled and
Cycled and
snooze.
snooze. So
Fuck.
Revelations is going to be in this category.
I'm so sad. I think you're right. I think Rev might be here. I think the other
Even though
BO4
I think it
maps might be
deserves to be so much higher. Fucking Revelations to me is a fucking S tier map, man.
here. I like Revelations a lot. Oh man, is he
it's-
gonna
it's
put
so much
Shino
fun.
Numa? Oh, I think the Giant might be here as well.
I don't know if he's coming. I don't know. Maybe he's coming to try. Yeah, I can't believe Forsaken
I'm
is
so
on here.
sad.
What?
Like, I'm getting ChaosExSilencer
What did
vibes.
What did it recycle? What did Forsaken
Okay,
recycle?
in fairness, literally every area in it was ripped from the campaign. You also had like,
Okay, yeah,
you
fair.
also,
but
you
then
also
again,
had, like,
that was the case
Eisendrache.
with basically all of the BO1 and World at War maps.
True, but I think the difference is that like they kind of changed it a little bit. Like if you play the Cold War campaign and then you play Forsaken, it's so obvious like how badly it's stolen.
and snooze. Yes, lots of cute.
Either
clever
way,
names
though.
for these tiers, they take inspiration from previous experience.
See, like as well, based on his own categories, like how is
Would D Machine be in this list based on that category?
Oh, I hope not.
Like
If-
based on this category, yeah. Wouldn't
See,
D Machine be in here too?
See, like, as well, I kind of agree with I think it was MB Divinium when he said, like, the categories make it worse. Because, like, how is a snooze fest better than a kind of fun map? Or was it minimal fun, he said? Like, I would pick
It
a
was
fun
minimal
map
fun,
over...
yeah.
We'll see what he says, I guess.
And while aren't necessarily downgrades, while they're not quite as embarrassing as an Alpha, Omega, or Blood of the Dead, they
Fucking
are
Doritos,
still
I remember that.
unimpressive. They do
Yeah,
offer
the
more
fucking
than these super
Doritos
primitive
product
maps, though.
placement
Number
there.
25, Forsaken, even less impressive than all of the
that
recycled
is
shit
so
we've seen from
low
previous
for
co-
Forsaken.
See, Forsaken
like-
is, like, just outside of the top 10 worst maps ever. I just don't see it. Like
I will agree that it's definitely the worst Cold War map, but for it to be this low, like it would be like to me, it would
Chrysolax,
probably at least be in the top 20.
I don't know. There are times where I think Firebase is worse, but like they don't deserve to be this low. No chance.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Cold War maps
Wow.
is the poorly designed pit they're all thrown in. It is quite possibly the laziest design ever. You spawn
True.
on this street, you then teleport to
I
another
mean, yeah.
street. You then teleport to another street. You then teleport to the amplifier, and then you teleport to Pack-a-Punch. And then you can zip line back and forth between the other two streets.
I agree with that. The
I-
layout
yeah,
is
the
fucking
layout's
awful. Like if we were going based on layout, this would be F tier.
The one
Straight
thing that I think makes the layout quite good though is that you can reach Pack-a-Punch from anywhere in the map, like quite easily.
Yeah.
You're either one zip line or one teleport away from Pack-a-Punch, which I do quite like.
Yeah.
It is the most linear, boring, predictable layout ever, and a good percentage
And
of
there
it
is
closed
there is
off
one thing you
from-
gotta give Forsaken credit for,
Go on.
and that's the side Easter eggs.
True.
The side Easter eggs on
Easter eggs are
Forsaken
really
are
good.
fucking amazing. Like Forsaken probably has some of the best side Easter eggs of any map.
Like Ronald
Like the fucking
Reagan
arcade
or...
machines,
the arcade, yeah.
the fucking pizza delivery mini game.
See, like-
There's one that I saw. I still don't fully know how it works, but there's like one where you do like Simon Says, and then like a mannequin starts chasing you or something.
The arcade minigames
Kind of
are
like
for the win.
Slender. It's
I mean,
fucking...
yeah, it's just a crap zombies in Spaceland, but it's still cool.
yeah.
Artillery. I'm a big fan of chopper gunners. They're badass, and they're essentially a get-out-of-jail-free card. But in the amplifier room, you cannot use it. And don't even get me started.
Why? Just use a war machine, it's better.
Yeah.
Like,
Or a death machine.
yeah, like, literally, like, a war machine is basically a thunder gun in this game. Like,
Yeah.
On the overwhelming clusterfuck of returning boss zombies. I really wanted to see mimics again. Definitely. And while I'm not necessarily...
honestly, I think mimics get too much hate. I don't think they're that
Yeah.
bad. Like, they're so
I mean,
easy to
on
kill.
Firebase Z, they're annoying because they fucking... I feel like a lot of the hate comes from the Easter egg step on Firebase Z with them.
Yeah, I
Which
agree.
I've never had any problems with.
But, and then there's me, where I just don't play Easter eggs, so I don't have an issue with them.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
The fucking
it's like,
Firebase Z was actually the first ever Easter egg I managed to complete solo.
like, literally get the Crizzle Axe, try kill a Mimic, and you tell me that they're annoying. You literally, like, two-shot them,
Yeah.
regardless of
Yeah, I
that.
think the Abomination is a lot more annoying than Mimics.
Oh, yeah, the Abomination's the worst boss in the game, in my opinion. He sucks.
necessarily
for sure.
reducing points
He is
It's
not a
fucking
Margwa.
worst version of the Margwa.
for an uninteresting...
Which is quite interesting, because I think the Margwa is like an S-tier boss, but I think the Abomination is like an
Yeah.
E-tier boss. Like, quite
Yeah,
literally
like,
that
like
distant.
fucking... Yeah, like the Abomination is like when you ask your mom for a Margwa and she's like, "Oh, we have a Margwa at home," and then that's the Margwa at
Yeah,
home.
it's like when you order it versus when it arrives, kind of thing.
Yep.
plot, given
It's-
that
it's
as far
the
as I'm
Wish
concerned,
version
Cold
of
War
Margwas.
Zombies is driven almost exclusively by the gameplay. I couldn't give a fuck less about the story. It certainly doesn't help. It's not a particularly strong map, but it does provide
Ooh, he
more
unlocked
than
Bloodshed
the super basic
camo.
maps we've talked about thus far, and I think there is some...
What's worse, the fact that he unlocked Bloodshed or the fact that he's using the Ironhide shotgun?
I think he unlocked it for the AK. I'm pretty sure.
fun to be
And then he
had.
has the
You do have
Ironhide
a
in
pretty
his
dope
secondary.
wonder weapon in the Crystal Axe. You have ideal space.
Crystal
Marine,
Axe is one of my
Pack-a-Punch.
favorite
You can have
wonder
the same
weapons.
amount of
Yeah.
fun mindlessly running circles in this map as you would
Crystal
on a
Axe
map
love.
like Town, for instance, but with more at your disposal. Number 24, Tag der Toten, another beautiful
Tag.
remake. Unlike, oh, I don't know, Blood of
I would play fucking Forsaken over Tag any day.
the Dead. It has a positive, if at least not totally negative, atmospheric shift with a new fun summer beach vibe, which I dig. It
Summer
works.
beach vibe.
This
Oh, yeah.
map looks
Oh, yes.
absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Ah, yes.
I love how the map
I
looks.
remember who loves going to a summer beach and seeing ice fucking everywhere.
And while the
Yeah.
new added space doesn't necessarily
Average Ohio
enhance
summer.
what
Like this month, actually no, I understand. This man's a Canadian. He has snow even in the summer. I understand.
already existed, it doesn't actively subtract from either. Like Blood of the Dead, though, unfortunately, it takes a lot of what made the original special, in this case Call of the Dead, which we will dive into.
See, it's really interesting. Like, you look at, like, the facility part of a... Oh, shit, the fucking AVG thing. Let me just get rid of that.
What happened?
It's really interesting. You look at, like, the facility aspects. I swear down, the facility aspects just look so similar. Like, whether it's the Alpha Omega bunker or this area. Like, they just
Yeah,
all look
pretty
so
soon
similar.
here. And-
Like, this room, for example. It looks like the Voyage of Despair, like, engine room. but just darker.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like, once you've played one
I honestly
map,
didn't
you've
even
played them
notice
all,
that
kinda.
until I didn't notice that until you said something.
Makes
yeah.
it all
Like, it's very much like, look at this, for example. Like, that literally reminds me of where the perp machine is on Voyage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's the fucking, I don't know, it looks like a G3 there. It's probably not the G3, but
whole lot more generic. The fun
I think
celebrity
that's Titan.
cast is replaced with Victus, arguably the most insufferable group of people. The exciting
say you haven't played Dead
also,
of the Night
fun
without
fact,
saying you haven't
fun
played
fact
Dead of the
about
Night.
one of the Victus crew characters.
Go on.
Marlton, the guy with the glasses, or the fucking nerdy guy, Marlton.
Yeah.
He's voiced by the same person who voices Robin in Teen Titans Go.
Oh, I think you've told me about this before. Wait, Golden Pack Punch was the best
Yeah.
feature? Wait, what's Golden Pack Punch do again?
It makes it so you just gotta pack a punch your gun once, and then it goes all the way to
Oh shit,
like,
yeah, I forgot
tier
about
5
I forgot
or
about
whatever.
BO4's crappy
yeah,
back punch
yeah.
system.
I kind of wish that every map had like a golden pap Easter egg.
The clip where the guy
I thought
uses
that
the
would've been
thunder
really
gun on the
cool.
zip line and goes spinning. Yeah, that should have been the Easter egg cutscene. I think it would have been far better ending to Aoife.
unique wonder weapons are replaced with some of the most commonly used ever. The Thunder Gun. How exhilarating. The Tundra Gun. I'm sure that took a lot of thought. And the Wonder Waff, if the Wonder Waff stopped taking
Fair
its
point.
antidepressants.
I've got nothing for that. He nailed it on the head.
It is
Yep.
What do you guys think's better,
Yeah,
the Tundra gun or the Wonder Waff sniper? They're both crap, though.
Yeah, they were both pretty bad. The regular thunder gun. That's what I'm going with.
True, the thunder gun is on the map after all.
Or
Not
actually, no,
good. And I
Healy
think
and
the
Salvo.
Like,
Healy
hear
and
me.
Salvo.
Like this,
Salvo for
this,
the win.
this game's wonder weapon variety is like the playable characters on Sonic Forces, where you have Sonic, and then some random crap you don't care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this, like the wonder weapons
Wonder
you
Waff
have the
sniper
thunder
is
gun,
basically just a
the
sniper,
tundra
yeah.
gun, and then just a sniper.
fattest L that was took here was the replacement of George.
Dude, I
Romero.
remember the first time me and it wasn't the first time I played it, but the first time my brother played the map with me. He got the Wonder Waff sniper. He was so excited, and then he actually used it. And he was like, yeah, he fired it once. He's like, yeah, I'm spinning the box again. This is fucking ass.
Wow.
in solo,
Like,
not
yeah.
only Call of Duty zombies.
I think it's like a testament that like one of my favorite memories of Black Ops 2 Zombies, and this was like when the game came out, is like when I got the RPD from the box for the first time on Transit, and I was just in awe.
Yeah.
Like everything about this weapon was just so fucking perfect. And then like
Yeah.
fast forward a few years, you get a wonder weapon from the box, and it's just
Yeah.
so disappointing. Like
Yeah.
fast forward to 2023, I realised that the RPD is statistically the worst LMG in the game, but past me fell in love
Yeah.
with it. And I still do like it to this day, it's just not as strong as the others.
But the genre as a whole with dogs. Again, the most commonly used thing. The BO4 Ether remakes are disappointing. They feel like fluff to supplement what was, although ambitious.
I'd be quite interested to know how the Hellhounds are able to walk through water and not have their fire put out.
Yeah.
That shit ain't no normal fire. My man
Yeah.
pulling the Kraken on Voyage.
Received Chaos Story.
Yeah, true.
Line. This map is a step down from Call of the Dead. Not nearly as significant as Blood is to Mob, for example, but given that Call of the Dead exists and I can go play it, I would rather just do that. Thus,
I think Tag is probably better than Call of the Dead.
Yeah.
Not by much, but I do think it is better than Call of the Dead.
leaving Tog
Yeah,
with
same.
not much of a genuine purpose. Although I will say,
What do you guys think?
appreciate Golden Pack-a-Punch, and I did enjoy the ending. It was heartfelt, despite the low-quality cutscene. The next few
True.
maps...
Hey guys. Honestly, like my webcam quality, like is better quality than the BO4 cutscenes. Like, who would have just loved to see Puffer as the cutscene? Like, look at this man, adorable. I love. Have you seen this one, dude? The next category is they
What?
at least tried, and look what map is here.
Okay, so Voyage of Despair,
Fucking
as we saw.
Voyage.
Dead of the Night,
We've
Which,
got to have Shino
honestly,
Numa.
Dead of the
Shino
Night is
Numa-
way higher than it deserves to be.
Shino Numa needs to be next.
Yeah. Shino Numa. Honestly, I would probably put Darice because like the Giant is a good map because like it's basically Darice. The only problem I have with the original Darice is just the fucking glitches.
True.
Like if it wasn't for glitches, it would be such a good map, but
I honestly agree.
At least tried. Unlike the previous few maps, they were ambitious, they were innovative, they took a big swing. Unfortunately, they largely flopped, but they weren't quite as much of a
perfect word to
dumpster fire
describe
as an
Voyage.
actively bad map like a Transit or a Die Rise. They certainly provide more and deserve more credit than a map that played by the rules, had all the answers to the test, and still ended up dull. Look no further than number 23, Voyage of Despair. If you had told me that COD Zombies was going to
Like, again, Voyage or Forsaken. I know what I'm playing.
take place on the
yeah,
Titanic.
Forsaken for
A decade
sure.
ago, my brain would have exploded. There was immense potential. It sounded like a brilliant idea on paper. Unfortunately, the potential was missed. Primarily,
Like, I love the Titanic. It's one of my favorite areas of history ever. But even I can tell you that putting a zombies map on the Titanic would be such a bad idea. Like,
yeah, it's just so claustrophobic.
it would either have the worst
It'd be
layout
like-
of any map ever, or you would have to cut so much space for it to make any sense.
It would be like if you made a zombies version of like the Hindenburg.
Yeah, quite
Basically.
literally. Or it's like if you
Yeah.
it's like if you were to make a zombies map in the White House, but you could only play in the Oval Office. It's like, why
Yeah.
even bother?
with the Easter egg, which could have been something along the lines of saving the ship.
See, again, I think Voyage looks beautiful. Like, that skybox is,
Yeah.
on the same level as
Yeah,
Der
that's
Eisendrache,
crazy.
but at the same time,
Yeah.
if the map doesn't play very well, Voyage is literally
Yeah.
just a boss zombie spawning machine maze. Quite literally. It feels like a
Yeah.
fucking maze. Which is ironic, because it quite
Yeah.
literally is a maze. Like, in, the third-class
Yep.
passenger areas. You'd rather play BO1 Der East than World at War Der East? Yeah, I would agree.
Sinking, focusing more
The biggest issue with Dead of the Night is the amount of boss enemies on the map. I think, honestly, it's just a couple of them I don't like. Like, the fucking vampires suck. But
on one of the most infamous tragedies in human history.
wasn't that one of the maps on World War II Zombies? Didn't it take place on the blimp? That's the boss fight in the Shadowed Throne, I think. Where the boss fight takes place in the blimp.
No, it has to do with this giant ice eye in the sky and planets and who the fuck knows. The new Chaos storyline
Accurate.
debuts with a new cast of characters, which I give it credit.
Do you want to also know the most unrealistic thing about this? Like, the temperature on, the temperature that night was like -2 degrees Celsius or like 28 degrees Fahrenheit. These fuckers would not be wearing these outfits. Like, you would not be doing that.
They'd be wearing like parka. Yeah, they'd
you'd-
be like wearing like.
You'd be wearing
They'd
the
be
same
looking like
shit that they
Russians.
wear in the World War II Zombies games. Like, that sort of clothing.
Yeah.
For despite being a little underwhelming. The
Also,
real-
can I just point out?
Fucking.
Can I just point out as well? They are about to crash into the Titanic.
Who's the
into
guys on the
iceberg.
left name? Is that Diego or
That's
no?
Diego.
Diego's the big guy, right?
No, Diego is the guy with the knives. Bruno is the beefy boy.
Oh, okay. Diego is the only one dressed up like.
But even
how he
then,
should
like,
be.
leather is not gonna do
Yeah.
shit. Like, it's just not.
Scarlett's just sitting. Scarlett's
being-
just sitting here, practically in a fucking tank top.
Like,
Shaw's facial expression is fucking gorgeous.
this man is literally relying
He looks
on
like
whatever,
he looks like he just smelled a fart.
like, this man is literally
Shaw.
relying on whatever A-class drugs he's got in those canisters to keep him warm.
Yeah,
He's relying
Shaw's
on.
facial expression.
He looks like he's
Shaw's
constipated.
facial expression. Yeah, Shaw. Yeah, it looks like he's like trying not to shit himself, and then Shaw looks like he just smelled his fart.
And then Scarlet from this angle looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. Like, look at that face. That is beautiful. It's like Natasha from the fucking Avengers game. Oh, that's beautiful.
And then Diego's like, damn that ass.
Yeah, Diego's just like, phew, it's actually quite cold here, isn't it?
Oh my god.
A little underwhelming. The real annoying part is how the maps are out of order chronologically. Voyage of Despair does not happen first, and of course we do not find that out until the
That's actually a good point. Like, I really don't like that the maps released out of order.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's
I
probably
don't know why that was.
I think honestly it was just BO4, like, being rushed. But, like, that's my least favorite thing about BO2 is the fact that there's, like, 3 different, like, mini storylines taking place. They release out of order. It's just fucking... That's, like, the one thing that I will give Black Ops 1 credit for, that it does better than BO2, the story. It makes more sense.
Yeah.
Chaos maps release. But this map's biggest issue, interestingly enough...
See, like, another thing that I've just noticed, and I can't believe I didn't notice this before, like,
being
the Titanic takes place in 1912, where, like, they were very big on, like, the whole class thing. Like, class systems and stuff. And this is clearly upper class. Like, you see motherfuckers in top hats and stuff. Like, Shaw would have been, like, thrown overboard if he dared enter, like, upper class areas in that sort of clothing.
The maps are out of order chronologically.
Same with Bruno. What is he? Like,
Air does not
he looks like...
Yeah, he looks like a lumberjack.
He looks like he owns like a fish and chip shop, like with that sort of clothes, like Popeye's chicken or something.
And of course, we do not find that out until the other Chaos maps release. But this map's biggest issue, interestingly enough, is the design. It's the Titanic. How could it go wrong? Well,
it's the Titanic. How could it go wrong? The most ironic sentence in this video.
Really think about it. When you are trying to faithfully and accurately portray a real location, you only have so much creative.
Dead of the Night received 0 promotion. True. They didn't advertise it. Don't even get me started on the blood vampires.
It didn't fucking deserve any promotion. The map is dog shit.
Like, no one knew it was released until, like, there was, like, Easter egg guides.
I am not nice to that fucking map, dude. That... Like, yeah, I am not nice to fucking Dead of the Night.
True.
You can't.
That is, without any doubt, my least favorite.
So, in the case of a confined boat, the spacing isn't exactly ideal, and strangely enough, it can be a bit challenging to distinguish different parts.
Say what you want about BO4, but the box design in BO4 is always great.
Looks fucking amazing.
Like, the Voyage box looks great, the Classic box, good, the 9 box looks good.
Of this map,
the Blood of the Dead one looks so good
like
with all the
floor
spikes.
is a copy and paste stacked on top of each other. A map like 5, for example, also struggles with this issue. It's based on a real location and thus cannot deviate too far from that design. The devs only have so much creative freedom while trying.
Oh yes,
I gotta wonder how.
Oh yes, guys, 5 can't deviate too far from
You
go on.
Just a random question. I wonder how they got like permission to go into the penthouse to like get it accurate to like how the maps look like and stuff. Because like surely like the Pentagon is like something that, you know, like is very like
secret,
like,
yeah.
Pretty much the top, pretty much like the top fucking government officials.
True.
Are pretty much limited to. So I wonder how they got permission to go like into the penthouse and see what all.
I don't know.
Like.
Probably
average Dead of the Night here.
I mean, how did they get permission to enter the Titanic when it's been sunk for like 100 years? No, I'm joking. But, no, but can we just appreciate Tim's comment? They have to be realistic to the areas. Meanwhile, I'm fairly confident teleporters aren't in the Pentagon, but you know.
No, they're in Area 51. Which that would be a really cool idea for a zombies map. Area 51.
Integrity.
Area 51 was on Moon, wasn't it?
Oh. No, but I mean like the entire thing,
okay,
not just it as like a starting room. I mean like the entire thing.
The same thing applies here with the Titanic. True. Not to mention the vibes are a bit off. It's a bit dull atmospherically, given that we are riding a soon-to-be watery grave on a freezing cold night in the Atlantic. I say all of that to say that Voyage does offer an experience that you cannot get anywhere else. It is unique. It is expansive. I enjoy using the Kraken, and I can appreciate what Voyage
just went
is
wrong with the audio.
despite its limitations. Which transitions us beautifully into number 22.
Okay.
Way
Oh,
higher than it's supposed to
Dead
be, in my
of
opinion.
The Night. Atmospherically stunning,
Way higher than it should be.
Conceptually great. Unfortunately, still a better idea on paper. Fighting zombies and vampires and werewolves with
See, like, I think Dead of the Night, based on the gameplay, I think, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I think, Dead of the Night is, like, if you were to combine, like, Verrucht with Raven the Redwoods and, like, a few other things, I think that's kind of how I'd imagine it.
It's just there's just too much shit in Dead of the Night for it to be fun. It's like
Realistic to the,
I don't know. It's more
realistic
like a
to the
fucking
area, moon having automatic excavators. Yeah, realistic to the time zone. Meanwhile, in 1914, we have like fucking mecha Godzillas that roam the battlefields of northern France. You know.
Ghosts and puzzles and mysteries in this giant spooky mansion. It sounds like a terrifying but beautiful nightmare. It was poorly executed. I really don't know where to start, and I think that's because the most fitting adjective for this map's issues is overwhelming in nearly every regard.
Totally agree with
there
that.
are so many different cool enemies.
Do you see that? Let me just repeat that. Did you see that motherfucker just fly through the air?
For this
Keep
map's
watching.
issues is overwhelming.
Wait for it.
In nearly every regard. There are so many different cool enemies and weapons to fight them with, but the barrier to entry is too big. There's simply too much to overcome, especially for beginners. Good luck playing this map if you are new to the mode. And all of the issues are inherently linked. This map is so expansive, there are so
the
many
atmosphere to
doors
Dead of the
open,
Night is
all
very
of your
good.
points are being allocated to that, therefore you probably have a low-end starting gun, therefore are struggling to fight off the ridiculous quantity of vampires and bullet sponge werewolves. Modern-day problems require modern-day solutions, though. So, while you're simultaneously
Meanwhile, the map takes place in like 1914 or 1912. Sorry.
trying to acquire...
It's not that hard to learn, TBH. Dude, have you seen the fucking picture that's like the guides on how to do everything? It's so fucking overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like a, to quote
If
Mr.
you just
T.
look up,
Lexify,
if you
it's
just
like
look
a
up Dead of
university
the
paper.
Night guide on Google Images, it is like an entire fucking image of like size
Actually, let me
like 3 font, just covering everything and every fucking possible location for like 20 different things. It is so fucking overwhelming.
What, is it this image by any chance?
Hold on, I'm looking on chat, or I'm looking on the stream.
Where is it?
Yes, that's the image. Yes, that is the fucking image.
Main
It
Easter
is
egg
so
quest.
overwhelming. Yeah. Like you
Fucking
cannot
hell.
look at all that shit and tell me that that is acceptable. Like, that is fucking insane. And, like, most of that shit is setting up.
See, like, I can imagine, like, Milo or, like, Mr. Awful Waffles just looking at all of this and being like, holy shit, how do I
Their
make
fucking
this into an
heads
Easter
would
egg guide?
explode looking at it.
Like, where do I begin, kind of thing.
Fucking
yeah.
Mr. Waffle Waffles would go into fucking cardiac arrest seeing that shit.
See, the thing that I also imagine that's quite funny, imagine, like, YouTubers trying to figure all of this shit out, like, with no guides and with no, like
I don't know
advertising.
how.
Like, they're better at that sort of thing than I am.
Alistair's Foley, to then get the Chaos Theory, to then get the Alistair's Annihilator.
I'm losing
You
my
can,
voice.
Along the way, acquire the Stake Knife and Savage Impaler to neutralize the vampires, and the Silver Bullets for the werewolves. And you thought you were going to play this map without a Mr. Raffle Waffles tutorial. You silly you. Also, we're going to sprinkle in catalysts, because we hate you. Let me be clear, as you'll find with some of the highest ranked maps
I like
on
the
this
shock
list,
rooms.
I don't mind
I remember
putting
that. I really like the chakrams. Although I think Thor's hammer was like the one I used the most, but like the chakrams were still pretty good.
forth lots of effort for lots of reward, as long as the ratio is balanced, as long as the exchange is fair. In Dead of the Night's case, I wouldn't say that's exactly true. And I will say these characters are absolutely in contention for some of the worst ever.
Agreed.
Anyways, I do
Yeah,
appreciate,
I will
like
agree with
Voyage,
that.
how
The fucking
daring
Dead
this
of the Night crew is the worst crew by far.
Dead of the Night crew is
Like, I would rather listen to Victus any fucking day of the week over the fucking Dead of the Night crew.
I would rather have the World at War Marines than these fuckers.
Godfrey is the only good one. No, none of them are good. They're all
Who is
fucking
Godfrey?
awful.
Is he the
They're all
butler?
miserable to listen to.
You see the butler, which is quite
Like
funny.
this map could have been good. Like the fucking like the atmosphere and like the setting is like one of my favorites, and the gameplay and like the fucking crew, it just ruins it for me.
Yeah, true.
Like this is a map I wish I liked. I wish I liked this map, but there's just too much wrong with it.
Yeah, I would agree. Godfrey is dark, Godfrey though, the rest are complete. Like, I don't understand how you can turn, like, Brian Blessed and, like, Helena Bodmer Carter and just make them some of the most, like, detestable people ever.
I don't know how the fuck they did
Map
it,
was
but
what it brings.
yeah.
Like, that's like taking, fuck. That's like taking Arnold Schwarzenegger and making him not meme-worthy. Or it's like taking Jim Carrey and making him sane. You know, it's like, what are you doing?
The table, what it
Or like,
represents. But the game.
Or
Yep.
like taking Seth Rogen and not making him do that laugh he fucking does.
True.
Gameplay is suffocating. Don't worry, folks. We are now pivoting into the
No,
actively...
no. I've seen what map is.
Not this early.
Not my boy.
Not this fucking
Not my
early,
boy.
No.
good.
I mean, I'm
maps,
glad
which
it
are,
wasn't in the
frankly,
last
majority.
category.
Even the quote-unquote bad maps
What
we've
category
discussed
is
thus
this one?
far are playable and enjoyable to some extent. All of Treyarch Zombies
that.
gets a green light from
True.
This next category is recycled.
Oh, recycled and
Okay,
improved.
recycled and improved. Okay, so this is definitely going to be Revelations.
So it's
Probably
gonna be
or no,
Tag,
he put Tag der Toten.
classified.
So it'll probably be
the giant, probably.
Revelations, Classified, D Machine.
Yeah, I forgot about D Machine. Maybe most of
probably
Cold
it.
War might
That's
arrive
probably
here,
it.
actually. See, the thing that's interesting is, like, he has, like, this category could not be the worst, could not be any worse a category for, like, Rev, because, like, he's saying, because, like, remember what maps are in, Rev? You have Origins and you have Mob. Are you trying to say that
Yeah.
Rev improved on those two maps? This
know.
is what happens when you're a massive YouTuber and you don't think before you act.
And
Yeah.
improved maps that took inspiration
I mean, in my opinion, Rev is better than Mob, but, you know, the point still stands.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
previous experiences, but positively
The point still
expanded
stands.
on them. So naturally, there's going to be more positivity than negativity going forward. Although a lot of you are going to be surprised and potentially very angry at your boy for this placement. At number 21, we have Revelations. Again, there are no
Like
game
Revelations, not even in the top 20.
Yeah.
Like
I
that
think-
is like wow. Not even in the top fucking 20, dude.
See, like, I think it's
Like,
good.
that is rough.
I think it's like good reasoning. I just think it's too low. Like, if Rev was in like the top
Yeah,
20, I'd
like
be like,
I
happy.
understand the reasoning, but holy fuck, is that low?
Coming maps. Everything going forward is
I mean,
a net
I-
positive.
I'm somebody
rather
that
than a
would
net
probably have it in
negative.
my top
Revelations
3,
is
so-
a good
See, like,
map.
he has Rev below, like, Firebase Z. He has it below Shino Numa. Like,
That's
Duri.
crazy to me. Like I like Shino Numa, but yeah, it's not better than Rev. Like that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But of all
Oh,
of
this
the
is gonna
good
start breaking
maps,
soon.
Revelations has the weakest leg to stand on.
Not even
and that's
halfway
because
through
it
yet.
relies entirely on previously existing maps. Like I said
If you
earlier,
want,
I put
we
a
could
huge
do a part
emphasis
2 on Friday, because I'm
innovation,
off on Friday.
originality, providing something
Nah, we
that
can get
no
it
other
all
map
done.
does. And
Unless you guys really
Revelations
want a part
relies
2.
more on nostalgia and returning features than any map ever. After the initial infatuation wears off, you quickly realize it is a giant recycling bin. There isn't
Yeah, like, he's put Revelations below Firebase Z. So, like, you know.
And
He's
like,
also put it below
here's
Shino
some-
Numa.
here's
No,
some
hang
that
on. I've just realized as well.
here's some that-
He's put it below, like, Call of the Dead, Ascension, Shang, Moon. I'm not saying that those maps are worse. I'm just pointing out the maps that are below it. He's put it below.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Like because I know I defend Alpha Omega. Like it's not like one of my favorite maps or anything, but I do think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. And I see the criticism for Alpha Omega is that it doesn't do anything original. Neither does Rev, but everybody everybody praises Rev and hates on Alpha Omega. Like
that's one thing that I do disagree with.
I don't know. I don't know. It feels really like,
I think Rev changed the areas enough.
Like I do agree.
To make
I do agree that Rev is definitely better than Alpha Omega, but like for people to criticize one map and then not criticize another map, even though they do the same exact thing,
See, like, the thing with me, I've forgotten what I was gonna say. Like, this is literally what 5 is the only Black Ops 1 map he's brought up so far, so, like, this is literally what I say. You ready, guys? Noah J456 put all of Exo Zombies above Blood of the Dead. ChaosExSilencer put all of Infinite Warfare zombies above Shadows of Evil. And now Tim Hansen is putting all Black Ops 1 zombies above Revelations. Let that sink in.
Fuck, man.
Sorry, he's putting 5 of the 6 maps above Rev.
Single original wonder weapon, and of the myriad of bosses, only one, the furries, be unique. And other than inside the Apothecan's belly...
Excuse me, how are the Fire and, like, Void Markers not unique? Like, yeah, sure, like, they're very similar to the Margwas, but I mean, are you gonna try say that the furries are not similar to, like, the Hellhounds or the Nova Crawlers? My favourite contradiction was when JC said D-Machine is knocked with a base underneath, then proceeded to praise Alpha Omega. Bloody hell.
And spawn, every bit of this map is comprised of fragments of...
He's using the best weapon of all time. He is using the Gaming Rift pistol right there.
Yes.
Actual, original... innovative
with
maps.
a very
to be honest,
sexy camo.
I think it would have been
out.
acceptable had the ending not been so anticlimactic, so disappointing, and frankly, with the release of Zombies Chronicles, with the majority of these.
See, that's another interesting thing I've just noticed. You know how some people say like they don't like it how cutscenes look way better than the actual gameplay. Like how you have like CGI cutscenes that look amazing and then the gameplay looks shit. With COD Zombies, I think it's the opposite. The gameplay looks amazing.
Original, innovative maps. And to be
honest,
honest,
then boom, you have the cutscenes that just look terrible. Like, it's quite... Like, look at the gameplay and then just look at the cutscenes. Not all of them. Like, Origins one looks pretty good.
So disappointing.
Maybe it's just the resolution, I'm not sure. But, like, you go from Rev... like the belly of the beast, and then to that cutscene.
And frankly, with the release of Zombies Chronicles, with the majority of these maps being individually remastered, a lot of the incentive to play Revelations disappeared. So I do think, in the grand scheme of things, it is unoriginal and a bit underwhelming. With that all being said, I do still think it did a relatively good job. It certainly could have done much worse. It did blend everything together well. It's atmospherically gorgeous, great spacing, seamless flow, and it has some of the most fun OP wonder weapons ever, thus making one of the best high rounds out there. Revelations is, ironically, not a revelation. It is not groundbreaking by any means, but it is the absolute epitome of fun. Number 20.
I agree.
Classified.
Classified over Rev. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Classified over Rev, man. Like, fuck.
See, like, again, like, I don't...
That monkey's face is my reaction to him putting Classified over Rev.
My reaction when he puts Dead of the Night over Die Rise. Yeah. But,
yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know. Like, I agree with, like, most of his points. I just think that there are some maps that shouldn't be above it. Like Shino Numa, like, where is Shino Numa? I'm actually curious. Unless have we missed it? Like, have we already done it? I've just forgotten.
No.
Bro, Shino Numa is, like, at the 38-minute mark.
Oh my god.
Wow. 5 reimagined.
Like, if we do a part 2, we're not gonna see, like, Shino Numa until Friday. Like, what the fuck?
EO4 Ether maps.
I was only saying we could do a part 2 because, like I said, I know your voice is
the original. While
I don't want you to
its
fucking
core
lose
issues.
your voice.
The added space is actually meaningful. It's not a waste. It improves what was an otherwise restricted map.
Classified is how I feel about
the
eating
teleporters.
McDonald's
They are now reliable and consistent. They also buffed the Winter's Howl, and though admittedly,
see, like, I am happy that you put Classified over 5. That I do agree with. And
he put that I agree with, but him to put it over Rev is like,
and he put it like significantly above 5.
I
as
don't
well.
know about
it's not
that.
It's not like they were like side by side. It's like he put it like massively.
I like
above.
Vanguard Shino Numa more than the OG. I hate Vanguard, but Shino Numa Reborn was really good. Yeah, I agree with that.
I just think the OG.
Yeah, Shino Numa Reborn. Shino Numa Reborn is actually my favorite version of Shino Numa. Like, as much as I fucking hate Vanguard, I do really like Shino Numa Reborn.
You walk in.
That's like the only reason you'd fucking play it.
Did you say it was burgers for tea?
Yeah, I'm nipping to the dentist first.
Oh, are you?
Is this stuff on the floor?
Alright.
You what, sorry?
Is this stuff on the floor?
No, you're good.
No, just talking to Mum. Be right back.
Oh, okay. I'll be here. Yeah, I do think Vanguard Shino Numa is underrated. It's the only reason you'd play that shit-ass game.
Well, yeah. It's a uniform.
And they said, let's remaster that desert map and make it round-based. The thing is, they didn't even remaster it. They literally just Control-C, Control-V'd it, and dyed it green to try and hide the fact that it was a map that was already in the same fucking game. And then they added a
so we can go for breakfast if you want.
Archon green filter, go bury up.
Well, whatever you like.
So for the next Call of Duty game, they're going to take der Eisendrache, and instead of it making mostly blue, they're going to dye it red.
What did I miss?
Which, I mean, hey, at least they're doing it with a good map.
Something about dyeing it red.
No, so we were talking about the Archon, how they just took Terra Maledicta and dyed it green. So I said for the next Call of Duty game, they're going to take der Eisendrache, and instead of having it blue, they're going to dye it red.
Well, if MW3 Zombies is anything to go by, they're gonna take Outbreak, is it Verstank or whatever it is, and just make it blue. Call it a
Verdansk.
Verdansk. Yeah, that's the one. Black Ops
I'll
1
say
fanboys
Karen.
when Black Ops 1 fanboys when I say Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is better. I don't actually believe that, but I might just say it just to
Even
piss
though it
them off.
actually is. I was honestly expecting it to be awful. I am shocking. Like, I am pleasantly surprised with how
Like,
good MW3
I might just
is.
say that just to cause World War 3, but
Oh.
I
I don't think you need to be causing it, considering everything going on right now.
I think my voice
Give
is
it a
just
few.
fucking shit.
Give it a
yeah.
few weeks. I'm sure.
Yeah, true. What have I missed? I missed
Alright.
Vanguard was supposed to have a grief mode, but they cancelled it. Yeah, they also cancelled the Pack Punch camo on launch, as well as the pause button.
Replacing the Pentagon.
They also canceled the pause button.
Yeah, too much resources. Too many resources were put into that.
Pounds was a lame move. It's not that big of a
Bro, my voice is just
deal. The reason
I
play
like doing these
Do
reaction
you want to stop? Do
No,
you
it's
want
fine,
to
it's
stop here and do a part two?
I
I don't want you to lose your voice.
I think we're way beyond the point of no return, it's fine. But I do really like doing these videos, but maybe we should have picked a shorter one next time, since this is like an hour log.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been going at this for like 2 hours, and we're only halfway through the fucking video. Jesus.
Pretty much, yeah.
classified above Revelations is because I find it a whole lot more impressive. I respect a map that improved.
Classified over Rev, because it's more impressive.
What? Yeah, like, what? I don't agree with that at all.
No, I don't agree with that.
upon what was an otherwise very flawed but cool concept over a map that relied.
See, like, in a way, I can understand his reasoning, because, like, he's saying that, like, these maps improved upon the originals, and I do think Classified improved 5 more than Rev improved the maps it took inspiration from, so in a way I can agree, but, like, I just think Rev's quality is just way... Like, this is, like, how I imagine this is, like, Classified is, like, imagine 5 is, like, a 1, and Classified is a 100, and then you have, like, Revelations is a 110, but the other maps it took inspiration from was, like, a 90. It's like, yes, Classified would have improved more, but, like, Rev is just still at a higher standard. You know? That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
He's being impressed by old gen Richtofen. Yeah, I agree. Last gen Richtofen wants to touch his Wonder Dwarf.
On lots of different maps, has a bit of an identity crisis. And number 19 goes to
Hey, D-Machine in the top 20.
Wow, I hit that nail right on the fucking head.
I went from happy to depressed. Happy because it's in the top 20, depressed because it's below Firebase Z and Shino Numa.
Previous few maps we've discussed, it takes inspiration from the past, in this case Nocturne and Toten.
Yeah, I
Unlike
hit that
those
nail
maps,
right on
however,
the fucking head.
It isn't
The three maps.
entirely predicated on that. It builds around it, forming a separate entity. While it still is very much...
See, the interesting thing about this is I'm fairly certain Tim barely even played Cold War Zombies. So, like, I don't know. I think he stopped playing zombies when Cold War came out. Or maybe it was, I can't remember who I'm thinking of that did. I know that the Smith players quit. I know he quit zombies, like, when BO4 came out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he went over to Fortnite and stuff. I think it was Tim.
Yeah.
It wasn't Chrism, because Chrism became popular around Cold War's release.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Tim.
Has he posted anything lately? I haven't seen him.
I think Chrism hasn't posted in a while, which is a shame, because whilst I don't always agree with his
He made
rankings,
really good- yeah,
he was a
made
pretty good
really
video.
content.
Rip Chrism.
part of the
Rest in
map that's no
pepperonis.
longer the primary focus. That would now be the previously inaccessible forest and new underground bunker. Everything is laid out for you. Power and Pack-a-Punch are easy. The 4 elemental variants of the Shockwave make it one of the
I think this is
dynamic
just the
wonder
most,
weapons,
like,
Plague
solid
Hounds,
map.
Megaton,
Like, it's
cool
just a...
bosses. I love the aesthetic, the vibes.
If you say D-Machine's average, I think that's fine, but, like, I think anything less than average, I would
feels like I'm
disagree
playing
with.
a first-person arcade shooter, and
Yeah.
I especially love the dark.
Like, holy
ether. It
shit,
is
look
visually
at how, like, beautiful the Dark Ether looks.
stunning. I
Yeah,
love the
it's
light and dark
fucking
duality.
crazy.
I enjoy this map. It was the
Like,
perfect
is
way
it,
to
like, trippy? Yeah, I guess, but, like, it's
kick
just
off the
so
Cold
beautiful.
War era.
It looks so nice.
I
Yeah.
struggled to come up with a distinct identity for this tier.
Wait,
for
what's
the
the
next
tier
few
called?
maps. They are good and solid like the previous few, but unlike those, are completely unique. Keep in mind, we are in the smack dab middle of this list, so by definition, these maps are quite literally mid. I think they're...
Wait, so he's
Okay,
saying
so-
D-Machine and Revelations are less than mid. Okay, I disagree with that.
What the fuck? Yeah. So Firebase Z is going to be in mid.
Also,
Probably
he's-
Shino Numa.
Also, he's saying Dark Ether was very underutilized. I agree. Like, imagine Dark Ether on fucking Firebase Z and, like, Mauer and shit. It'd look
Yeah, that
amazing.
would have been cool. Yeah,
But, like-
Mauer Tone especially.
Can I just point out as well, he said that, like, Firebase Z was, like, original and stuff, but it quite literally steals assets from, like, the second or third mission from the campaign. Which takes place in, like, Vietnam.
They're good. The majority of maps are, like I said. Number 18 is Firebase Z. I understand it's not the most exhilarating map out there.
See, like, I think this is, like, the perfect spot for Firebase Z. Maybe a little low, but, like, around there. Yeah. But, like, just the maps that he's ranked it above, like, it's not better than Rev. It's not better than... maybe it is better than Classified. I don't know. It's definitely not better than Rev, though.
Yeah.
Don't understand, however, why it catches as much shit as it does. It feels a bit unwarranted. It is solid. I like the
True.
fiery jungle vibe. The spacing is good. The Ray K is fun and dynamic. The assault waves keep you on your toes and break monotony. The only thing that pisses me off about this map, the only real complaint I have, are the mimics, but at least they took a swing there. Would I choose to play Firebase over D-Machine? Not necessarily, but my personal bias will not be injected here. Objectively, Firebase is just about everything that D-Machine is without the added benefit of building upon a previously existing map. Firebase is original. And right above that, at number 17, we have
Whoa.
Mauer der Toten. If you haven't...
Mauer Tone? What?
Oh.
Like, what?
No.
That fucking low, dude.
No. Not my boy. Not my boy.
Just keep in mind, he is saying that Mauer der Toten is worse than Call of the Dead, fucking Shino Numa, the base
Kino.
version of Durice, Kino, like,
Sag in chat. Also 9. I think Mauer's better than 9. I know that's a bit of a like they're both really good, but like wait again. Let's have a cheeky little spoiler.
Oh my god.
See, like it's very interesting. It seems like all the Black Ops 1 maps are like back to back, but like all of them better than
Shangri-La
Mauer.
too. Shangri-La is ranked higher than Mauer der Toten is. What the?
See, it's quite interesting because he considers 9 by the looks of things. I don't want to spoil too far ahead, although if we saved like the top 15 for like Friday's stream, it won't really matter because I'll have forgotten. But like he considers like 9 to be a quote-unquote masterclass experience. Yet Mauer der Toten is all the way back here.
Fucking rough.
Let that sink in.
That's
Just
rough.
already.
By the
all
way, the
Cold War
Mauer
maps
Pack-a-Punch camo looks amazing. On the servers.
It looks good, but I prefer the D Machine and 5AC one. The one where it's like pink and purple and blue. That camo right there is like probably my favorite Pack-a-Punch camo of all time. Because you guys know I like purple, so.
Aside from Forsaken,
Oh, you
which
need to
is a
see
clear
the
down-
tier 3 pack in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies then, because it looks really nice.
I do need to do that. I've yet to see it.
grade from the
Yeah,
rest
I'm
are
gonna-
all next to each other in chronological order. So that just goes to show that they're not, in essence, very different from one another. It's clearly
Absolutely fucking not. Mauer is way different from D Machine and 5AC.
Yeah.
It's not even.
Way
You're gonna send Klaus to Tim's house, yeah.
My
motherfucker is gonna stop the train and then just yeet the train at him.
honestly, Mauer der Toten, in my opinion, is like an S tier map, like lower S tier, but it's still S tier.
Yeah, I'd probably
it
consider it around
is
that level
definitely
as well.
the best map. Like I can be admirable that this was the highest map out of the Cold War maps, but still like. Fucking, like, what was this, 17? Like, that's way
Yeah, like
too
18,
low.
17 sort of thing. It's very, very low.
Honestly, like, it would probably be, like, maybe 7?
Mauer also re-added
maybe my
traps to Cold
7th
War.
favorite.
Wait, did it? Where was the traps on Mauer der
Trap did
Toten?
add. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Unless you're referring to the
I
train.
know there was, like,
but...
the I was gonna say, I know there's the Essence thing.
Where were the traps in Mauer? Am I just being stupid? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't remember either.
more
It's been
original than
oh,
Machine
the
and
sniper
clearly
towers.
not above Firebase,
sniper towers.
primarily through the Cerberus,
I
which is
understand now.
quite possibly
Yeah.
one of the best wonder weapons ever.
Yeah,
There are a
gotcha.
few different attachments on top of the base model. Every few kills you get, a zombie drops one of them, constantly switching up the gameplay, breaking
Yeah,
the
but you have the
monotony.
Dark
You
Side
essentially
Omega
have
Beams
unlimited ammo.
version.
They are super dynamic and fun to use. Moreover, the concept of Berlin Wall zombies, super cool and perfectly encapsulates the Cold War era. I also enjoy the return of Papa Panzer. All Cold War maps feel
Literally the worst version of the Panzer, but okay.
quite
Yeah.
similar, but Mauer is the most complete. Number 16 goes to
Hey,
Buried.
buried. Wait,
Yeah.
still very low
Buried is
though.
only 16.
Still very.
Yeah, like Buried is in my top 5. So
Like I'm at that point where like I'm enjoying seeing the maps that I like being this high,
But then,
at the
yeah,
same
but
time
then,
they're not
yeah,
high
it's like
enough.
you're happy seeing the maps, and then you see what placement it's in, and then you just die inside.
Yeah. Boss fight was great. It was kind. Do you know what I need to do? I need to camp in this area of Buried. Like I barely ever do it. I don't think I like. Whenever I leave the spawn room in Buried, I never return. I honestly should sit in this area here.
which
It
is
looks cool.
unfortunately roped in with the rest of the Victus storyline, but is
Probably the fastest camping spot on the map since there's only like 2 spawns.
Yeah.
somehow the clear outlier. Why is this? There are several reasons. I think a good starting point
I
would be
honestly
the
didn't
overall
even know you
design,
could
which
get back to
admittedly
the
is
spawn
a
room.
little clunky.
I knew you
It's
could, I
far
just
from
didn't know how.
perfect, but
It involved the
is
fountains, but I
nowhere
couldn't
near
remember,
the
like,
dumpster
what to
fire
do.
of a transit or a die rise. I love the concept and the atmosphere, the classic American western town buried underground, an unlikely duality that not only was daring but worked. Not only that, but the gameplay is some of the most innovative and unique ever, between the new Paralyzer, Mark II, Time Bombs, Vulture Raid,
Buried
buildables,
introduced a lot of
drawing
shit.
chalk outlines of guns for thousands of points, and of course, Leroy, Arthur, whatever the fuck his name is. It's so out of pocket, yet so brilliant, dynamic. The possibilities with candy and booze are limitless.
The possibilities with candy and booze. Fucking hell.
Whether it's opening up the map,
Out
building
of context, that sounds so good.
things, or smacking the shit out of some Z's. And of course, who could
See, that is something I didn't know. Like, the further away Leroy is, the more points you get when he, like, breaks shit. I
forget
didn't really know that.
the witch's house? It's unlike anything we've seen before. Open the door, run along and shoot. Don't get robbed by the whore. You better watch your back.
Did you... But he did not
I
say
heard
what...
that.
He did not just say what
Yeah,
I thought
he
he
did.
just...
He totally did.
Moving on.
The main strategy, but if it's the only strategy, it takes away greatly from the excitement.
Don't get robbed by the very nice, not at all busty lady.
The gold digger.
Otherwise, fantastic map.
Moving on.
This is when we start talking about the truly great maps.
I don't know. Not Call of the Dead, man. Not fucking Call of the Dead.
Introducing every Black Ops 1 map. Fuck you know.
The next few, however, are great, but unsteady. They are unique.
That is actually the best way I'd describe Black Ops 1 maps. Although I'd probably say good, but unsteady. Like,
Yeah.
because like in my, if you guys remember the video that I made of you know, like why Black Ops 1 is average in my opinion, like pretty much all the maps have like good qualities, but also real fucking bad ones. So
Yep. Totally agree.
aside from maybe Kino, but I mean Kino is kind of like the most average
Honestly,
experience.
Call of the Dead is probably
It's
that
a
one map
high-quality-
where the negatives actually outweigh the positives for me.
Yeah, I would say so as well. The one map
Like,
that I
honestly-
think that would maybe apply to more is maybe Moon. Because, like, Moon does have some... especially
like,
the
honestly,
BO1
like-
version. Like, that has some shit qualities.
Like, with Call of the Dead, honestly, like, now that I think about it, I can't really think of a positive. Like, I know a lot of people like George Romero. I personally hate him. The fucking wonder weapons suck ass.
Yeah.
The fucking perk that it introduced was fucking Deadshot Daiquiri, which, you know, is not a good perk.
True.
It's like, I don't see what other people see in
I think-
Call of the Dead.
I think part of the reason why people like it is because it, like, it kept everything that, like... Well, it kept not everything, but it kept, like, the most things that Ascension introduced, but it had, like, a bit of a slightly better Easter egg, and it was also just, like... I guess it was, like, different. Like, it was, like, fully open. It was massive, kind of. But again, like, Call of the Dead was, like, transit, where, like, it was too aspirational for its time. And, like, they even said that they had to, like, introduce the fog, because otherwise it was, like...
Like, don't get
would've,
don't
like,
get me
fucked up
wrong,
the
the
engine.
scavenger is fun to use, but it drops off in like the 40s. So
See,
like,
like-
it's good, it's fun until like round like 35 or so.
Yeah, I think,
It
what
just gets
would have
boring.
made the scavenger really fun is if it was, like, a monkey bomb effect, like, similar to the crossbow.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it, like, really good, but it is what it is.
Also, apparently they're
Experiences,
bringing
but
back the
with a
VR11
pinch of
to Modern
chaos.
Warfare
At
3.
number 15,
Nice.
we have my beloved Call of the Dead. I really wish I could place it so much higher. It is one
No, you don't.
He put
my personal
fucking
favorite.
he put God.
He
Call of the
put-
Dead over Rev and fucking Mauer der Toten.
And Buried,
Fucking
yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, and Buried. Fucking
It is
ouch,
a
man.
one of one. It is.
Oh, God.
Alright, in the interest of saving my
Damaged Wonder
voice
Weapon
and getting
is
all of this
temporary.
finished...
So while collectively
we'll,
decent and with a will, there's a way.
See, like, when the fog rolls in on Call of the Dead, it just doesn't look very good.
Cannot ignore the cold, harsh
Yeah.
reality. But in the same respect, they
Yeah, the
deserve
fog
credit
is-
for how unique
the fog
they
is
are.
another
Every time
thing I
you
hate.
Put him down, you
So I'm
get
just
the
trying to,
waff
like,
and
speed it
free
along a
drugs.
little bit.
Call of the Dead is an absolute grand slam, especially given the context
isn't.
of 2011. It's not perfect. We haven't reached that point in the list, but we are getting closer. At number 14, we have.
See,
and
again-
This is going to.
See, again, like, I think people, like, it's interesting how people contrast the way that they rank shit. So, like, by the looks of things, like, mostly the Black Ops 1 fans will rank things based on how good they were at the time. Whereas what I'll do is I rank things how good they are in 2023.
How well they aged,
Yeah.
how well they aged.
So, like,
and
people
shit.
are like, oh, Call of the Dead was fantastic, you know, considering it came out in this year, it was great. And I'm like, okay, it came out in 2011, but I'm playing it in 2023. Like, how does it stack up, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Which makes me
So
quite
you said
unpopular
to
with
save
some
your
people.
voice, we're saving the rest.
No,
Or-
we'll finish it.
Rouse
We'll just have to
people to
speedrun
the
it
very
a bit. I don't really want to start something and then stop
Or-
it, you know what I mean? Ladies.
Yeah.
Shangri-La, which is structurally
God
similar.
damn it.
I honestly would say Shang is better than Call of the Dead. To be honest.
Yeah, I
think
would agree with that, but again, to say both of those
in
maps
just
are
about
better
every
than
way,
Rev,
most notably
Mauer,
through
like
irritating-
that's fucking.
See, like, I think
I don't agree.
Shangri-La's grown on me quite a bit. Like,
I
I
haven't
think
played it in a while.
it's definitely
Ow.
challenging, but, like, I think it's better than 5 Kino, Call of the Dead. I don't think it's better than Moon, but, like, it might, it's up there. It's probably in my top 3, you know,
Yeah.
for BO1.
Yeah.
but advantageous bosses. In this case, Monkey.
Like, it quite literally went from, like, my least favorite map in BO3 to, like, fucking top 5, or not top 5, but, like up there.
I remember the one time, me and my friends, we were playing Shangri-La, and my one friend was streaming it as we were playing it, and I was going to pick up a max ammo, and a monkey took it, and then out of nowhere I just screamed, "Oh, you fucking monkey!" And yeah, I had to explain what the hell was going on. Yeah, because out of context, that sounded really fucking bad.
Yeah, probably did.
that can be manipulated to get specific power. You have sufficient.
See, this is
resource-
interesting. He's saying, so, like, he's ranking it based on objectivity, but he's saying that, like, Kino and Ascension are the best maps in BO1, which
It's
is
up
very
to
interesting.
you to piece it all together. And just above that, at number 13, we have BO1's grand finale, Moon. This epic story ends
Honestly-
with a big ol' bang.
Honestly, the BO1 version of Moon, I agree. If it was the BO3 version, that would be like in my top 10.
Yeah,
For
I'd agree.
sure.
I'd agree. Although the BO1 version, I think, would not even be in my top 20, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Guess what I've
The
just
next
found?
few maps are also great, but steady, simple, reliable, fun, which I believe
what we
sometimes
found,
gets
boys.
lost in the progressive complexity.
Shinonuma,
of the mode. And as
Doris,
you'll see at the very top of
Kino.
the list, complexity does go a long
Shinonuma,
way when
Doris,
paired
Kino,
with fun,
Ascension.
but
No,
simple,
Ascension and then
balanced
Kino,
fun,
'cause
devoid
people
of any
fucking hate
glaring
Ascension.
issues also goes a long way. These maps are nothing.
This
if
is why
not
Nax gets so much bias, because people use nostalgia and say it's the first one. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, people, like, it's quite literally, like, there's people who say, oh, you can't criticize it because it was the first one ever, and then there's people that say you can criticize it because it's shit, you know? Like,
yeah.
a relaxing good time. Number 12 might
I'm sorry, you're saying that Shinonuma is a relaxing good time, Timothy Hansen.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I rest my case. Shinonuma is quite possibly the most underrated map ever, and it deserves to be in this spot.
Oh. I don't think it's underrated at all, and it definitely doesn't deserve to be.
I mean,
above
I
the
wouldn't
map
call it
that we're-
underrated, but like, it's an app that, like, it gets a lot more hate than I think it deserves, but, like, I wouldn't call it underrated.
See, like, I think the BO1 version is, like... I think the BO1 and BO3 version are just not good. I think the, the World at War... I think the Vanguard one is just kind of... I want to say that it's too different from the original, but it's, like, it's okay. I think the best versions of Shinonuma is, like, the original and then, like, COD Mobile's Shinonuma. But, like, even the best versions, like, I still wouldn't consider it to be, like, great. Definitely not above Buried. Definitely not above the BO1s that we've just gone through.
Yeah, for sure.
Or Mauer or Rev or anything.
Fight
It's
me.
like a-
Number
it's like
11
a
goes to
C
the
tier.
cinema
Oh!
of
What we've just
the
found.
dead, Kino der Toten.
Kino.
Which
Outside
has
of the
a
top 10.
fascinating reputation. It is
Okay, so he's saying that Doris is the best World at War map. Honestly... It depends on the version, because, like, I would say Shinonuma is better than, like, OG Darius, because, like, the Wonder Dwarf's more fun to use. Is Ascension the best BO1 map objectively? Probably not. Wait, so the only BO2 maps you've got left is Mob and... Wait, what the fuck? Like, literally, I don't think he's mentioned any BO3 maps, aside from Rev.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. So you're saying that Rev is the worst fucking BO3 map? Which no. Like, fucking no.
Easily the most iconic, the most
I didn't
popular
even
map
notice that.
of all time, which makes sense. It launched with the highest selling Call of Duty ever. When you think COD Zombies, you think...
When you think of COD Zombies, you think of Kino. No, when I think of Kino, I think of the
Nothing
fuckers
hits
supporting
quite
it.
like the true and traditional horror that Kino encapsulates best. Look, I get it. We've played
Props to this man for training in the alleyway without stamina up and Widow's Wine, though.
beer. Color and lighting are so important, but nothing hits quite like the true and traditional horror that Kino encapsulates best. Look, I get it. We've played this map a lot, perhaps too much. Maybe the magic's worn off.
Okay, now Ascension.
It was, full pun intended, a huge ascension for the mode. A huge step in the right direction. Lots
I forgot
of
how
ambition
shit
and
the map
innovation
looks
with
in the
not
BO1
one,
version,
but
like,
two
before you turn
perks,
the power on.
PhD and stamina up, Gershes, Matryoshka dolls, and of course space
Matryoshka
monkeys, who
dolls.
are admittedly super irritating.
hell.
I like to keep as many of my drugs
Poor Rev
as
getting
I
overhated.
can, but
I agree.
are unique nonetheless, adding a dynamic we hadn't seen before. And the very first main Easter egg, are you kidding me?
I mean, yeah, but the Easter egg was shit, so...
Yeah.
The debut.
See, it's interesting that he brings all of this up, and it's a quote-unquote objective list, so why the fuck is it above Darius? Why is it below Darius?
Of Pack-a-Punch. The single most important innovation the mode
Like,
has ever
honestly,
seen.
objectively, the original version of Darius should be, like, in the bottom 10. Like, objectively, the original version of Darius. Just because of the fucking glitches.
Like, it's fun, but, like... See, like, as well, he's saying, like, oh, introduce Pack-a-Punch, whoop-de-fucking do, but, like, literally most of the maps have, like, has Pack-a-Punch, so...
Yeah.
Cannot be undersold. Not just a pillar, it is
Okay,
the
so I think
pillar
now we're moving
of,
on to
like
the
other
masterclass
grades
experiences.
Are well-rounded, fun, no major...
See, like, he has, like... World at War Darius, a map that's borderline unplayable just outside of masterclass experiences.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
And, instead of being
I
on the
don't fucking
simpler
agree
side,
with
have
that,
the
yeah.
added benefit of being more complex, more expansive. Number 8 goes to BO4's...
More
not-
complex, more expansive. 9. A map that's literally a fucking circle.
9. A chaos map that, like Voyage of Despair, Dead of the Night, went out on a limb, took a big swing, but instead...
I don't like 4-player on the Easter eggs. Well, it's a good job that my favorite 3 don't have 4-player Easter eggs. You can do the boss fight on Shadows, solo. And the Eisendrache and Origins, you can do solo.
made an enjoyable, high-end experience. 9 breaks the norm. Ancient Evil. Unfortunately, it was at this
See, like,
point
I
in the
appreciate
US
Ancient Evil being the best BO4 map. At least I think it's the best BO4 map. I don't think he said anything else.
Nope.
Yeah, Ancient Evil's the best BO4 map, but, like, I just don't like the fact that it's, like, 10 spots above fucking Mauer.
Yeah.
I think, like, it's a good spot, but again, just the things that he's ranked, like...
season that a lot of people had given up.
Also, Ancient Evil below Garod Krovi. I prefer Ancient Evil, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I get that's a bit of a hot take.
On BO4, which sucks because I believe it's the best.
Let's see what's it.
Some of the best maps
So what maps are in the top 5? We've got, like, literally just Mob.
If I had to guess,
Wait.
it'll probably be basically the 5 everybody says: Mob, Shadows, Der Eisendrache, Origins, and
Wait, what
I don't know, maybe.
Hang on, I've just
Gorod
realized
Krovi.
something.
What?
ever. Ancient Evil,
Wait, what's in the
the
number?
formula.
Zetsubo at number 6.
That is a really hot take.
So in the top 5, he's got Mob, Origins.
Yeah, that's
DE,
exactly what I said.
Shadows,
Mob of the
Gorod
Dead,
Krovi.
Gorod, DE, Shadows, Origins. I feel like number 1 is either going to be Origins or DE. Because
See, again, I
that's
think
what
it's
everybody says.
probably
they are
gonna be
good.
Mob.
They are good maps, but
I think it'll be
Yeah,
Mob
which is-
because, like, let's be honest. Like, for an objective list, he sure as fuck has said like his
he's
favorite.
had some
So
really hot takes. Like, yeah, he had fucking Verrucht like at like the like on the bottom
five, yeah.
tier.
Zetsubo
Which, like, I
at
get why,
number
because
six.
it only
maps.
has, like, the perks, not really, like, a good survival list map, but, like, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
routine.
See, like,
I can't believe he put Zetsubo this high, though. I mean, I personally am not a fan of Zetsubo, but...
I'd play Zetsubo for GK, but like, which again is another hot take. But I'm just not. I think I'm just a Garrod hater at this point.
Zetsubo no Shima offers some of the best gameplay out there. We are now
See,
in the top
Zetsubo
5.
Zetsubo offers some of the best gameplay out there. Absolutely fucking not. Although I will say that
Nope.
Zetsubo does have really good qualities, but
Boys, and that
Yeah.
5th spot is going to go to Gorod Krovy.
oh, at the very least, it's not number one, Mr. T, Call of the Deadtify. That didn't really work. I tried making a joke out of that. It didn't really work, but whatever. Yeah, like, at the very least, it's number 5. Like, eh.
Yeah.
I don't really like GK, but...
I wouldn't agree with it either. Personally, my top 5 would be Buried, Malware, and then DE, Origin, Shadows.
I think for me, it'd be, like, Buried, Rev, Origins, Shadows, DE. Like, in no
yeah,
particular
that's what I
order.
meant to say, yeah,
to War
Rev, yeah.
Torn, Zombie Infest, camping. This off BO3.
Not Shadows. But...
Props to Shadows being that
Wow,
high.
Shadows
Just because...
is 4, yeah.
Just because, like, I know, like, obviously I would put Shadows above Mob. Like, Shadows would be in my top 3. But, like, I know some people really dislike Shadows. And I'm pretty sure in Tim's original video, I'm pretty sure he put, like, well, not original, because he's made a few, but, like, I'm pretty sure he put, like, Shadows at, like, number 6 or number 7. So,
Yeah.
really not that much difference, but...
Now, the question is, how do you think he's going to rate these final 3? Origins, Derive,
Fuck.
and Dragon,
Okay,
Mob?
I'm gonna go with my gut, because... I think it's gonna go Origins, DE, and Mob. Because, like, he really likes Mob. And I know he said he was trying to be objective, but, like, we lost the objectivity, like, halfway through the fucking list.
think-
So, like,
So I watched the video. I didn't go this far though. I think it's going to be. I'm gonna say Mob of the Dead will be number 3, Origins will be number 2, Eisendrache is going to be number 1.
see, like,
Because that's how I would rank those 3.
see, like, if I was to... Yeah, I would rank it that way as well. I mean, obviously, I'd rank Mob as, like, number 4 and Shadows in
Well,
the
I mean,
top
just
3, but, like,
between those 3.
yeah,
maps.
but, like, I've gone on record in saying that I think Shadows and DE are, like, the closest to perfect maps we've ever seen. So, like, out of those 3, if we were to be objective, I would put DE as number 1. Would it be number 1 on my list if I was doing the list from scratch? Maybe not, but I
it
would
would
agree
be
with
for
you.
me. Eisendrache is my favorite map of all time.
Place your
So-
bets in chat. What do you think is going to be the best map?
3 with an entirely new cast of characters and is driven by Apothecon lore, which, understandably, especially at
See,
launch,
another
was
thing that I don't think people appreciate about Shadows, it is eye candy. Like, look at that shit.
Yeah.
off-putting to many.
Personally,
After the
though, I will admit
long
that-
gap in
With this map and Origins, when I first played them, I didn't like them at all. But the more I played them, the more I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I would agree. You good?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you,
just
you
pick up,
cut out
that's
for
all.
like a split second. You put your
Yeah, I
bets on
hiccup.
DE. Yeah, I think DE is going to be number 1.
Yeah,
Partly
I feel
because-
like D might be number
Partly
one.
because it's the closest to perfect map, and also because it's also the most stereotypical zombies YouTuber answer to put DE at number 1. Like, whenever you don't
mean-
want hate on a video, just put Eisendrache at number 1.
I
Pretty much.
mean, like I said, I personally I think Der Eisendrache is my favorite
What, your favorite
zombies
ever?
map, but yeah,
Yeah, fair dues. See, like, I think it's, like, top 3, but my top 3 just change all the fucking time. So, like, I
between
don't really
BO2
know.
and 3, we were not greeted with Primus. Rather, the Shadow Man, who dupes these 4 morally corrupt
I don't
Better.
actually want to
Give a
skip
fuck
ahead.
about
We've
the story.
got 7 minutes left. I'm just gonna let it play.
And the Margwa? One of the
Yeah.
best bosses ever. Other innovations include the Apothecon Sword, Lil Arnie's, Civil Protector, Widow's Wine, and so much more. This map is amongst the most ambitious, and I think
True.
what's most
Very
impressive
ambitious.
is it made us care about a group of nobodies.
Yeah.
A subplot. Lots of maps have
True.
taken big swings and
The characters
struck
do
out.
suck, I
Shadows
gotta
of
admit.
Evil is a grand slam, an excellent start to the best zombies game. Just above that, at number 3.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, so far I'm right.
Mob of the
Dead
Dead.
number 3.
Mob of the Dead is your 5, 6 favorite. Depends on how I feel. What's your top 5 then, dude?
Oh no,
We have
Eisendrache is
of
this 5.
the dead. Getting
Yeah, no. He said Eisendrache is number 5 or 6, but I'm asking what's his top 5 then.
excited just talking about it. It was basically Shadows of Evil before Shadows of Evil. Same era,
Yeah, I know, but Shadows of Evil is Mob but better. Your point.
same vibe. Hell, I'm all but certain these people knew each other. After all, the mob was probably from Chicago. I meant Morgue City. We follow 4 mobsters who, in direct parallel with real life, plot an escape from Alcatraz Island, having stashed away several makeshift plane components throughout the prison.
See, like, again, I think Mob was, like, the best map ever when it came out, but now it's, like, not quite
Yeah.
there anymore.
Then
Yeah.
craft on the rooftop. When the plane doesn't work, Sal, Finn, and Billy murder Al, the weasel.
Fucking hell. Is that actually real? Like, that text?
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks so shit. I'm sorry, I could do a better job than that in my fucking
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
shorts.
Ancient Evil, Spaceland,
I
Gorod,
think-
Krovi, Shadows of Evil, in either Raven, the Redwoods, or Eisendrache. Honestly, that's pretty
Oh,
admirable.
Jesus, yeah, I remember seeing that, yeah. I think the only one I
that's
agree
pretty
with is
admirable, I'm not
Shadows,
gonna lie.
but honestly, respect either way.
I
In
agree
fear of
with
betrayal,
Rave.
which-
I agree with Baseline, and I agree
See,
with
again,
your
I just
Eisendrache.
don't play the non-Treyarchs that much. So, like, I don't really want to
Yeah,
offer my opinion
same.
on it, because I know that, like, my opinion doesn't mean very much, because I've not played it, so...
Promptly sent
See, like, I feel like I can offer a very good opinion on, like... I mean, take Die Rise, for example. That was probably the map that I got the most heated on, because I know that barely anyone plays it, but I do, so, like...
Yeah.
I feel like I can offer a pretty
Yeah.
good take on it. But, like, maps like the non-Treyarchs, like... I mean, unless ChaosExSilencer puts Attack of the Radioactive Thing above fucking Spaceland, I know to be annoyed at that one. But, like, you know, I think Spaceland is good, but I don't think it would be in my top 10 just because I don't play it enough. Quite literally.
sends them to the electric chair to be executed. However,
Oh,
their
I like
souls
that
are-
detail, though. The fact that
sends
instead
them
of game over, it
to
says
the electric
life
chair
over.
to be executed. However, their souls
Yeah.
are unable to
That's
move
strange.
on, making what was already hell on Earth far more literal with a zombie outbreak. They're doomed to repeat the same night for eternity until the weasel, oppositely, kills.
See, it's Origins or Der Eisendrache at number 1. The age-old debate.
Yeah.
The age-old debate.
Don't
Oh.
skip ahead. I don't.
No,
want it to
I'm
be
not skipping
spoiled.
ahead. I'm just trying to replay a scene. Can I just point out a second? Mob of the Dead fanboys say that this is a better boss fight than Shadows.
With a zombie outbreak. They're doomed to repeat the same night for eternity until
for
the
it.
weasel, oppositely, kills them, thus breaking the cycle, which is a microcosm for the entire premise story to follow. Even more
A discount free-for-all match is better than the Shadow Man.
It's not even a
Whatever you
free for all. It's a fucking 3v1.
Yeah, it's a 3v1. It's like playing against bots on Nuketown. That's basically the mob boss fight.
More impressive than the storytelling is how well it meshes with the gameplay. Powering everything up in Afterlife, feeding the hounds for the
Powering things up in beast mode is more fun.
Hell's Retriever, and of course fighting through the hordes, collecting
Crafting the swords is more fun.
the parts, building the plane, escaping only to
Unlocking pack punch is more fun.
crash into the Golden Gate Bridge, where Pack-a-Punch
Doing the massive ritual in an Indiana Jones location is more fun.
and an electric chair wait, sending you back
Oh yeah, a fucking bridge awaits you when you turn on the pack punch. Well, a fucking Godzilla monster awaits me on Shadows when I turn on the pack punch, so...
to the island in Afterlife. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Well, on Shadows, you only have to do it once, so...
Like some other maps based on real locations, Mob of the Dead transitions beautifully to the mode with great
Oh, funnily enough, so does Shadows, except it does it better.
spacing, a seamless flow, and a truly hellish, gut-wrenching atmosphere. It's one of the most unique and innovative maps ever, highlighted by the first wonder weapon with multiple different upgrades. You can pack...
That is a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other wonder weapon that I can think of that did something similar was the wave gun. But that was more so, like, it had different gimmicks built into the weapon.
Yeah, it was like alternate firing modes.
Kind of,
not,
yeah.
Like,
It's like,
upgrades, yeah.
It's like is it the AUG or the AUG where it had, like, the Master Key shotgun, like, attachment. Mob's boss fight is literally just an unbalanced team deathmatch. Quite literally. Or a balanced, sorry. Oh, an off-balanced, sorry. Yeah, the fucking emote thing blocks the messages, so, like, I can barely read, like, the last words.
The Blunder Gat for the sweeper, use the Acid Gat kit, or both.
I'm
for
so
the Charlotte
curious,
Withering.
what's number
Mob
2
of the
and
Dead
what's number
is
1?
the first of its kind. It cracked the code, it's phenomenal in every way, and frankly saved the
No, it's not phenomenal in everywhere, and yeah, it was the first, but it's not the best.
mode from its imminent spiraling downfall after BO2's disgraceful launch. Number 2, the silver medal goes
Okay!
Holy
to
shit!
Origins, which
wow.
took the formula Mob of the Dead
Origins
laid
and
out to
DE.
an even
I was
higher
actually
level.
right.
These maps are clear outliers in BO2, given they show
Are they outliers? I mean, I guess, yeah, because they're, like, very fundamentally different, and they don't have the Victor's crew, but, like, I don't think Buried is, like, miles behind. So DE is number 1, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
took up
wow.
the dev team
I wasn't
and
expecting
shifted
to be
their
right on
attention
that.
away from the largely uninteresting Victus story and rebooted the OG Ultimus crew dubbed
True.
Primus. In this timeline, Group 935 unearths Element 115 much earlier. In the back
I am not looking forward to the Black Ops 2 video where I have to talk about the fucking story. Like, I am not looking forward to that.
Because you have, like,
Battlefields
yeah,
is-
you have 3 different stories.
You have
gotta
3
do.
different
You gotta do the
stories.
fucking-
One of them's in a different
Mob of
fucking
the Dead.
universe. Like,
Yeah, you got Mob of the Dead, you got the fucking...
you have Ultimus
Victus
Nick
storyline,
Richtofen
and then
talking
you
to
have
that one fucking bastard in the Victor's crew. Ugh.
the Great
Good luck
War,
with that.
only to accidentally resurrect soldiers from a previous ancient Great War. A zombie outbreak ensues.
A previous ancient evil, if you will.
Other countries are wondering what the fuck is going on and send their best soldiers
best
to
cutscene in
investigate.
zombies.
America's Tank Dempsey, Russia's Nikolai Belensky,
Maybe.
and Japan's Takeo Masaki fight their way through the trenches and find none other than the mad German scientist himself, Dr. Edward Richtofen. This younger, sexier version of our crew pick up where Maxis left off, gathering the gateway keys, in other words staves, to free his daughter Samantha, in other words annoying bitch who won't shut up the entire game, from Agartha, in other words...
Fucking hell. You can
That
tell
was
it's
fucking brilliant.
you can tell it's 1916 with comments like
The
that.
House, which,
Fucking
despite
hell.
the confusing cliffhanger, is great storytelling. The stabs
Wait, what the
were-
fuck? I never noticed that. Hold on. Just go back.
What?
There's a fucking mini Panzer sword out there. That's actually quite cute.
Oh, there's a Juggernaut can right next to the
Yeah,
board,
what the
dude.
fuck? There's the Cold War Juggernaut can.
And there's a wall
There's a
by
wall
on
by in the
fucking-
back.
Yeah. Holy shit. And there's the
Is that,
mannequin.
is that a Call of the Dead poster? What does that say? No, it's Dawn of the Dead, isn't it? It's something. No, that's not Call of the
Yeah.
Dead. Something completely different. I'm just not.
She's holding Nikolai.
She's holding. That looks
She's
like
holding
Ultimus
Nikolai.
fucking Richtofen
I was
there.
gonna say
with
this
the
looks
hat,
like
but-
Richtofen.
So
Looks
Tim
like
is
the one in
attracted
his
to
other hand
Richtofen.
might be Dempsey.
What the fuck? No, that looks like fucking. It looks like the Weasel almost from. No, or like Ultimus
Oh
Takio.
no, like, oh no.
Is that the fucking
That
Pentagon
little glowing
thief?
bit by the
Who's that?
that little glowing bit by the Juggernaut can, that kind of looks like one of the crystals from the staves. I don't know, that might just be like a texture thing though. There's like this weird like blue dot right next to the jug.
Like, I've watched this cutscene so many times, yet we're just noticing random
Yeah.
shit in it.
I know, yeah, I
is
know there's a
great
mystery
storytelling. The
box.
stabs were also the first of their kind, revolving
I remember people thought zombies was just all fake.
Around the
Yeah,
island.
like it was all a dream cliche.
elements of ice, lightning, fire,
Yeah,
and
or-
wind, providing firepower and replayability the likes of which we had never seen. You now have the opportunity to try 4 wonder weapons in the same game, offering several different strategies and experiences,
True.
thus incentive to replay. Though building
this
and
map is so
upgrading
good.
the staves is an extremely tall task,
Yes.
it's ultimately worth it. The staves are extremely
Love this map.
good, and frankly, without them, you're going to struggle to take out the Panzer Soldat, who, by the way, is a perfect boss.
You're gonna struggle to kill the Panzer without the staffs. Meanwhile, all of us on round 8 with an MP40 in 2013.
Yep.
This magnitude of map with such powerful wonder weapons, you
You
need a
fucking
powerful
gobblegum users didn't know how bad we had it.
boss to balance things out. He is not to be taken lightly. He is no fucking joke, especially early in the game.
Even though
because
he's
there's
debatably stronger in BO3, but shush, I'm making a point.
so much urgency on being efficient and getting your shit together quickly. You better be ready. Or
Also, can I just point out a second? Well, first of all, like, how fucking gorgeous the map looks without the snow, but, like, even
yeah.
with the snow, this looks, like, 10 times better than, like, Call of the Dead, and even D-Machine. Like,
Yeah.
you love the max ammo Easter egg they added in the BO3 version?
you better be ready. Origins,
map's
like
just
all
fucking
great maps,
jam-packed with
innovated
stuff.
a ton. So much so that rattling off every little thing would
I think Origins probably has the most shit in it in, like, any COD Zombies map.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Like, and maybe that's, like, a con in some respects, because some things is, like, not really needed, but at the same time, like, there's just so much random shit in Origins.
Yeah.
would take forever. The highlight is hands down the Wonder Fizz machine, though, which is essentially the mystery box, but for perks. The atmosphere also gets an A+, fighting the undead in
Yeah.
the trenches of World War I with giant robots and planes soaring above, absolute chaos. And
It's absolutely fucking beautiful. Like, you have the planes overhead, you
Yeah.
have the
soon
blimp.
makes for one of, if not the most immersive experiences ever.
It really
Origins,
is. That's a
especially
fair
given
point.
the engine limitations, achieved the unimaginable. It's the best of the best, and then some. Going forward, it
Origins is the best map of all time. I mean, it's number 2 on this guy's list, but, like, honestly, like, the more he talks about it, the more, like, I don't normally get immersed in video games, but I think Origins, DE, and Shadows, they're, like, the 3 maps that I always are immersed in. Like, they just feel
So
like
the
fucking
argument that I give,
adventures.
the reason I would rank Der Eisendrache over Origins is because Der Eisendrache is literally just Origins, but without any of the shit that makes Origins annoying. Like, you know, instead of the 6 different power switches, there's only one. Instead of needing to activate all of them for Pack-a-Punch, it just changes between 3 locations. Like, the wonder weapons aren't that big of a pain in the ass to make.
True.
Like, honestly, just Der Eisendrache to me is just a more casual and just overall better Origins.
See, like, I think it's a more casual Origins, I'd agree. Whether it's better, it does do some things better. Like it has the boss,
Like,
which
here's
is good.
here's where I would say, if I'm ranking the maps based on solo, then I would have Der Eisendrache as number 1. If I'm ranking it based on, like, how fun it is to play with friends and stuff, then I would probably have Origins as number 1.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I see it.
I'd probably,
Like,
I'd probably
Origins
agree.
solo can be such a pain in the ass sometimes, but Origins with friends is really, really fun, and then Der Eisendrache, but, like, Der
Real-
Eisendrache, it's enjoyable both solo and...
I've just realised it's minus
Oh, wow.
1 degrees right now. Fucking hell.
Oh, fuck that. It's 29 for me.
Old
But
standard.
I'm under Fahrenheit. You're under,
Here we go.
Celsius, I
Into
think.
the number 1 spot.
Yep, into the Der Eisendrache.
That is until February
Transit! No, I'm joking.
2nd,
Yep.
2016, when it was topped. The single greatest zombies map of all time.
The
Number
music.
1,
I totally agree
Der
with this.
Eisendrache. My case is very simple. It's everything that Origins is, minus the headache. No, really.
Bro,
Exactly what I said.
the funny thing...
Exactly what I said.
Do you know the funny thing about that? He said those exact same words on another video. Like, bear me a second. Bear me a second. The exact same... Bear me a sec. Where is it? Tim Hansen...
But yeah, I totally agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
I know it's Lex's... I know it's Noah's reaction to it, but bear me a sec. I'll just find where he said it. Where's DE?
Yet straightforward. Even better.
Oh my
Eisendrache is
God, this
Origins
stint, man.
without the headache.
Did you guys hear that?
Origins admittedly can be a little
Origins
bit of a
without
headache.
the
I
headache.
think
The Origins without that headache. 3 fucking years ago. Like, literally the exact same point 3 years later.
I mean, it's accurate though.
Yeah.
Like I would
I mean,
totally agree.
I mean,
with
it's
that.
accurate,
Der
but, like-
Eisendrache is just. Yeah, Der Eisendrache is just Origins, but without any of the shit that makes the Origins annoying at times.
Hey,
Like, yeah,
Yvescu,
the
how you
more
doing,
like
buddy?
the more I play Origins, the less annoying that stuff gets. But like there are still times where Origins can be really irritating.
Mob is great, but
It's like
overrated.
I
agree.
don't think I've ever had once where I was infuriated with Der Eisendrache.
Yeah.
Even like when I was starting off.
That is a
It
fair
was like,
point,
yeah, when I was first playing Origins, I fucking hated the map because, you know, of the fucking 6 power switches, the pans are always spawning on round 8. It was so much shit, but like this, like Der Eisendrache, it's a lot more laid back and.
See, it's funny. I think one
Yeah.
of my favorite
That's
memories.
my argument as to why.
One of my favorite memories of Der Eisendrache was like arguing with the guy in a comment section. He was like, "How the fuck is Der Eisendrache similar to Origins?" And I was just looking at him like, "How isn't it similar to Origins?" Like,
Yeah.
I think it might have been in the
Yeah, the
Discord
4
where
Wonder-
that was
yeah, the-
argued. I can't remember where. Maybe in like
Yeah,
the
the
COD
4
Zombies
wonder
section of the
weapons,
Discord.
even the map feels the same. Like with the snow, like it has like the same color palette and
Yeah.
shit.
I'm good playing Pokemon Scarlet this morning. Just checking YouTube now. Nice. Is Pokemon Scarlet good? Might need to check it out.
it's strikingly
I stopped playing after Sun and Moon, so.
similar to Origins. They're both Group 935 facilities in cold, harsh environments with Primus, and Der Eisendrache also has 4 elemental wonder weapons, the Panzer, Wonder Fizz, and so on. They're cut from the exact same cloth.
Pretty
but
much.
what makes Der Eisendrache the more enjoyable experience is making what should be simpler, simpler. Power is one
Exactly.
convenient switch, whereas generators on Origins deactivate one by one until you run all the way across the map to stop it, subsequently turning off everything in the area and Pack-a-Punch.
Motherfuckers say that Mob is better than Shadows, meanwhile, even though the plane is really, really fucking annoying, whereas the Pack Punch in
Yeah.
Shadows you only have to do once. Meanwhile, Tim.
Yeah.
Which, on Der Eisendrache, is a click of 2 buttons. Don't get it twisted, I'm not taking anything away from Origins, but Der Eisendrache does what
Only time you didn't like DE was getting sniped by the shock charges. Yeah, I agree. The shock charges do suck.
it does more efficiently. It's less strenuous, less painstaking. I will say, the story of Origins is more grand. It certainly eclipses Der Eisendrache's role, but that's not to say
Fluffy,
that Der
or
Eisendrache
Luna,
isn't
whatever the
excellent
fuck
in
she's
its own
called.
respect. Fighting zombies in a medieval castle and procuring Dempsey's soul on the way to a giant keeper boss fight to then blow up the moon isn't exactly something to sneeze at. And neither are the bows, which are undoubtedly on the same level as the stabs, and in my opinion are much cooler. Whether you prefer
Just let that sink in as well.
Yeah, I'd agree
like,
with that.
you're in a medieval castle fighting zombies to kill a massive keeper boss to blow up the moon. We go from that
Yeah.
to copy and pasting Warzone assets.
I mean, fair point.
I mean, granted, it's not entirely as simple as that, because obviously they have, like, budget cuts and shit, but, like, even so.
Yeah.
blasting the hordes away with the vengeful spirit of the Wolf King, melting them down with lava, siphoning them into oblivion, or simply staying put and systematically electrocuting them, there's a strategy made just for you. I could go on and on and on and on and on about Der Eisendrache, but the bottom line is, it is...
See, that's one thing that I do think the bows do better than the staffs. All of them feel very different, whereas, like, the lightning staff is just a nerfed fire staff kind of thing.
Yeah.
The lightning and the ice and the wind, their charge ups may as well just be identical, just retextured. Whereas like the only weapons that I think are remotely similar is like, I mean like, lightning, void, and fire. Like their charge shots involve like placing something down on the ground and watching something happen. but like they're just so unique.
Wolfbow gang stand up. Wolfbow is probably my second
The
favorite.
wolf
right
bow
behind
is
the,
like my least
lightning bow.
favorite bow.
Oh, I really like the wolf bow, honestly. I mean, the lightning bow is definitely my favorite, but wolf bow is probably second.
Like, when people say that the wolf bow is, like, comparable to the fucking thunder gun, I'm like, bro, that is an insult to the thunder gun. But
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Scarlet
but
and
it's
Violet
so
is a bit
fun.
iffy performance, but pretty good story, fun characters, rather fun to play. Maybe I'll give it a try.
Is perfection. Unlike Origins, which slightly favors the hardcore player, Der Eisendrache accepts all players and all playstyles. That's all she wrote. That is it. That is my stone cold, sober, objective analysis, ranking every Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies
I mean,
map
there were
from
a lot of
worst to
opinions
best.
I
It took
didn't agree with
4
that,
Guys,
but
let's rate this list out of 10. What are we saying? Is it as bad as Noah J's, Lex's, and ChaosExSilencers?
no, good.
Ever. So, if you enjoyed,
Tim
please
Hansens
make
was
sure to leave a
definitely
like
the
and
best
subscribe. Again, check
of
out the
those.
second channel, Tim Talks, link in the description, where we go in even more depth with the tier list. Also, let me know in the comments what you would like ranked from worst to best next. Love you. Have a great day.
Love you too, Tim. You take care.
Honestly, I mean, there were a lot of things I agreed with. I mean, there were a few picks that I
Look at
disagreed with,
Look at this
but there
motherfucker's
were quite a
Look at
bit.
this motherfucker's mouth. Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
even if I didn't agree with the placement, I can at least see where he was coming from. Unlike some other ones, like fucking Noah J putting fucking what was it, Infection in the top 10 or something from fucking Exo Zombies. I don't get that at all.
No, he didn't put
Was
Infection
it
in the top 10.
Infection? It was one of the.
No,
It was one of the.
It was
Advanced Warfare.
Noah who put Descent as his number 5 map. But no, Chaos didn't
Oh,
put
yeah.
any
But yeah,
Exo
I
Zombies
don't
maps in.
fucking agree with that.
I can't remember where he put, Chaos, in terms of Exo Zombies, Chaos was actually pretty based, because, he put, Infection in the top 10 worst, he put, I mean, Cario and, Cario was, way too fucking high, but, Descent as, the number 15 map, I think is fair. Bit high, but not gonna lose sleep over it. I think it was just I think it was the IW and World War II maps he put way too high.
Yeah.
And he didn't put it in the right order. For example, if he put Final Reich and Spaceland in the top 10, wouldn't give a shit. But it's the fact that he put Shadowed Throne and Radioactive Thing in the top 10, which is what caused fucking problems.
Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Tim's list, I mean, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of the placements, but I can at least see where he's coming from.
Yeah,
Whereas,
I can
like I
understand
said,
some
with
of them.
some of the other lists, I could not understand where where the thought process was with some of them. But
We've
yeah, for every placement, even if I didn't agree with it, I can at least see where he's coming from.
True. We've also got this We've also got this video, which is 14 minutes. We could watch
Hey, howdy
that
ho.
if you want.
Oh, that's a much older one.
Oh, is it a much older one?
It looks like
No, it's 4 days
it
ago.
looks like. Oh wait, no, it's the one that where he's putting all the maps in the tier list. Okay.
Okay, well, at the very least, we can watch it just to, for the benefit of the people who missed
So
it.
many more tiers in about a second here. Boom! How many tiers
Okay.
did we end up with?
Oh,
1,
Jesus.
2, 3,
All of his fucking tiers. Hold on, let me just...
and here. Boom!
Okay, so we've got Masterclass A and B, Steady Great, Unsteady Great, Good, Recycled and Improved, They at least tried, Recycled and Snoozed, Minimal Fun, Unmasters. But, can I just point out, Voyage and Despair made it, halfway up the fucking tiers.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, there was, there was, 2 maps in this tier, 3 in that one, etc. So, Voyage was, I think it was just outside of the top 20. So, it's not, exactly halfway through, but even so.
How many tiers did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay, so where
6,
did he
7, 8.
when did he get to ranking the
Puzzle.
maps?
Nocturne and Toten is starved. Do I really need to elaborate? Verrucht does have power, and therefore traps and perks. I think it's much of the same otherwise. This is temporary. They are subject to change, but I have a pretty good idea already. Shino
Verrucht in Starved.
Forsaken is there twice.
somewhere.
See,
in-
I would put Verrucht in minimal fun, at the very least, based
Yeah.
on these tiers,
Yeah.
because the alternative is
Yeah.
putting it in good, but I think that's way too
Well,
high. So, like,
you also gotta remember that these are the base versions.
yeah, but at the same time,
like,
it's not
it's
an
not-
unmaster, and it's not actively bad, and I don't think it's
Yeah.
starved. So, like, based
Yeah.
on these tiers,
This area, and you may be wondering why. You may be thinking, I'm crazy. How could Shinonuma, the next sequential map? And there's
Pretty
not even a
much,
Pack-a-Punch machine, but you don't need one because, of course,
You
have
do
the
need
Wolf
one.
and a 24 zombie
You need
cat,
it.
which, of course, means
we
that
need the pack of
it only
peach.
takes a couple of shots per round. You get a max ammo every 5 rounds or so.
Oh, no.
That being said, it's the
No.
easiest map of all time, which a lot of people may think is a turn-off. For me, it's a turn-off.
Okay, you know what? Fuck this. I can't be asked to listen to him talk. We'll skip to the end just so we can see the completed tier list, so we can compare it to fucking Didgeridoo's lists. It's like chaos and shit. So obviously he doesn't have the non-Treyarch. So like he has like Farm and Busty Po as like the last. So so if you look at this tier list, guys, what do you think? It's actually interesting for us because we can't remember, like, I mean, I don't know about you, I can't remember, like, the tiers and shit, so it's nice seeing it in, like, one big image.
I think Dead of the Night and Voyage of Despair are way too fucking high.
Yeah, so if we go through them, like, tier by tier, would you agree that, like, the top tier is perfect? Obviously,
Aside
like,
from Mob of the Dead,
no,
yeah.
I don't think it's like ranked, because obviously Eisendrache was number 1. I think it's just chronological order. Like Mob came first, then Origins and Shadows and DE.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's ranked. I just think he put them in the tiers and then ranked them afterwards.
yeah, still, I think Mob is still a little bit high. I would put it in like the tier right below it, and I would put, honestly, hold on, I'm trying to see here. I would put,
See, like Rev and Buried,
honestly,
I think
like,
they're quite low.
like it's, yeah, I would put Buried in A, and I would put Revelations in Masterclass A. But
Yeah,
that's how I would do it. Like those are my top 5 maps: Shadows, Buried, Rev, Origins, and Eisendrache.
That's pretty much mine as well. Masterclass B, Zatsubo and GK I don't think should be that high.
No.
9 and Ancient
I would put,
I would probably put like Mauer and maybe Mauer and well, I'd swap it with like either Buried, Rev, or Mauer probably.
For B, I would put IX, Ancient Evil, Mob of the Dead, Ascension, and Mauer.
Favoritism aside, can agree on the top tier. I mean, I think Mob's too high, but like Buried and Mauer feel low. Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying.
Yeah.
Like we were like so triggered when we saw like those maps coming like barely into the top 20. Mauer got brutalized. Yeah, Mauer got fucked. F's in chat for Mauer. Mauer is dead.
Yeah.
See, like he literally put Shino Numa in like
one day.
he put Shino Numa in his top 10, as well as World at War Durice, which is probably the worst version of Durice.
Because honestly, my opinions change like fucking, like they bounce around like fucking
Yeah,
those balls.
Like
you get
on
from,
Friday,
like,
would you
ball
guys
lugging
like us
machines.
to rank all the maps from worst to best? Like we can do that for Friday's stream if you want, because like I like streaming on Twitch, but I also like doing the whole YouTube thing as well.
I was gonna say, I feel like for this one, like I feel like for the tier list things, I'm thinking like maybe you could do your tier list based on like your impressions or whatever, and like I react to it, and then like I do mine, and then like, you know, you react to mine.
Probably would be down to see that. See, like I was kind of thinking of doing like maybe one YouTube stream a week and then like, you know, 2 Twitch streams or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, like,
yeah,
I don't really mind.
but yeah, honestly, doing like a versus tier list thing, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, you do like me versus
Where,
you,
like,
but like we let the chat decide.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
yeah,
But
yeah. Like we present our tier lists and all that stuff.
see, like I'm not a huge fan of the BO1 maps, but like I am kind of happy to see these 3 in the same tier.
Yeah,
Because like I don't really think any of them, like they have pros that put them above each other, but they also have cons that put them below each other. So I think having them all together, but like I think that having them above like some other maps is just not very fun.
Oh, by the way, I meant to say this earlier. I completely forgot about it. Thanks for getting me Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, you're completely welcome. Again, like, it was only, like... It was literally, like... Left 4 Dead is, like, one of those games where it's so old, but it's so loved. Like, it comes
Transit
up...
deserves S tier just because. Get out. Get the... Get out.
Well, Lex said it best. If
Disowning
Transit
you.
is in your S tier, you are a criminal.
We're disowning you.
Although then again, this is It's Spooky for me. Like, he has some pretty sus takes, but... Nah, we love you regardless. Also, if you're wondering why I sound like a bell end, it's because my voice is going. I don't know, like, I think
I know I
did.
I did the stream where I ranked all the maps, but honestly, like, my opinions change all the time.
I don't even
like,
remember
honestly,
you doing
now...
that. I don't think I was there for that.
No, I think you watched it back and you saw it. Like, I don't think we really talked much.
Or maybe you, like, took a
think
photo of it and you put it in the Discord. I'm not sure.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't really, like, I don't know. I'd have to, like, really think about it. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say we should do like, I was gonna say with that stream, if that's what we end up doing on Friday, like, I don't know if you want to start off with me doing, like, the tier list and you reacting to it, because, like, I don't know if I can share my screen and then, like, you could stream that. I don't know how that works.
I think that is how it works, because, like, literally OBS, because literally just OBS captures anything I can see, so yeah, that is how it would work.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then obviously I'd just share my screen and then you can see it. But yeah, so like
I was gonna say so like for the stream we could start off with me doing my tier list and you kind of reacting to like what I would say.
Yeah, I could agree. So like I think my overall ranking for this list would probably be like maybe a 5.5 out of 10. Being generous.
Like I said, personally for me, like, I don't agree with a lot of the placements, but like I can at least see where he's coming from with all of them.
Yeah, so like,
honestly,
there's a few that
I would give it like honestly, I would probably give it like a 7. Like, yeah, I don't agree with the placement, but unlike Chaos or like Noah J or whatever, I can at least see what why he would put it in those things.
That's like I just don't
like Chaos
understand
and
why,
like all of them. They seem to have like a few maps where they just place it in like whatever tier they feel like for like, and they don't really have a reason behind it.
Well, it's like these 9 maps here, from Unsteady, Great, Good, Recycle, and Improved. Like all of these 9 maps, I think are better than Shino Numa. So like
honestly, when I do my tier list, because I've played the non-Treyarch zombies too, should I include those or no?
It's honestly up to you, but I wouldn't be able to like criticize them much just because I haven't played them. So it's honestly up to you.
All right, yeah.
You would rate this tier list an Adam out of 10.
I don't know I don't know what number that is.
Unfortunately, no, it's an inside joke from Lex's channel, I think, or maybe it's the Smith Players. I don't know. Adam is all the way down here in minimal fun. We love to see it, but yeah, it's just kind of. I think it's really sad to see like the BO2 maps for the most part, like all the way down at the bottom. Like I know, because like I genuinely don't think Transit is like. I mean, Transit's pretty bad, but like those 2 maps, I think you could put them higher. Dire again higher. I don't know, but anyways, chat. That's pretty much where we're gonna wrap it up for today. So it's been good having you guys here as always. Again, if for whatever reason you've been living under a rock for ages and you don't know who Tim Hansen is, the link to his video as well as the link to his channel is in the description down below. Go show him some love. I don't think he uploads much anymore. These 2 videos are probably the most recent ones he's made for like the last few months. But yeah, if you guys don't know who he is for whatever reason, show him some love. He's one of the more down to earth YouTubers. If you want, on Friday we could perhaps either do the tier list ideas or we could react to more videos. Likewise, if you have any videos you want us to react to, hopefully today has proved that we can actually do reaction content well, not only because of the discussions but also the fact that the stream is nearly 3 times long as the fucking video that we reacted to. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, as always, to Mob for taking the time out of his day to collab. It really means a lot.
I'm super glad I could be here.
If you guys haven't already, we posted a YouTube short today, which is the best SMG in Black Ops 1. We covered the worst one the other day. Now we're looking at the best one. And again, if you want YouTube streams to become like more of a thing, let your friends know, let your family know. The more people we can have in here and, you know, we can all just chill and have a good time, the better. That being said though, take care guys. This has been Rift, and I will see you all in the next one.